The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
And a pleasant good evening from the farm in Lexington. It's week 6 on Glycod. I'm Chris LeVar along with Rick Reams. Douglas 2-2, Rick, after a shutout loss last week. First time they haven't scored a point in some 80 games.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's had to be an eye-opening experience to this team. You have to learn from a loss like that. You come in here, you have a home game, you score all kinds of points against a good Tates Creek team. You go down to Corbin and you get shut out. How are they going to respond tonight?
Boy, it's a great question. Tonight, a difficult test. A sound Cathedral team, 3-2, a juggernaut in Indiana.
Yeah, I tell you what, I talked to Coach Peebles. It's very interesting to hear about his team. Is actually a 2A school, but they've won so much. They keep moving up. They're playing 6A, and so tonight it's going to be a tough game for them. He says he doesn't know if he has the athletes.
We'll find out. He's got a great quarterback. Danny O'Neill's committed to Colorado. Some question mark as to whether he'll play with an injury.
Yeah, he hasn't practiced this week, so it's one of those. Is he going to be out on the field? But I tell you what, talk about a school that's blown up. Colorado. Before we would have said, Colorado. But now, Dion, prime time there, the quarterback there. I hope he plays tonight, Chris.
It's going to be a great night. So glad you joined us on Glycod. Up next, we'll chat with both head coaches, and we'll be back right after this.
First opened during the Great Depression. And we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you.
With Glycod on the phone today with Coach Bill Peebles from Cathedral High School in Indianapolis. I just want to ask, first of all, how did this game get scheduled? It's kind of unusual to have a team from Indianapolis coming down to Lexington to face Douglas. So how did this game come about?
Well, last year after our season, we had a game with the team from Gary, Indiana. It was the second year of a 4-year deal. The reality is it's probably a little bit of a mismatch, and so the game was dropped. So we were looking for a game last minute for this season, and I think Frederick Douglass is in the same boat. And it was one of the few games in the 5-state area that we could find.
So for those of us that aren't familiar with your program and with your team, tell me a little bit about Cathedral and what we can expect to see.
We're located in Indianapolis. We're a private Catholic school here. We have a long football tradition. We're the winningest program in Indiana. We've won more games than any other program. We've had 14 state championships at the 3, 4, and 5A levels. We currently compete at the 6A level, even though that we are a mid-sized school. We have a success factor component of what we do here in Indiana, and we've won state the 5A level twice. We got bumped up to 6A. You know, you guys got a great team, and you guys are fun to watch on film and a little scary to prepare for.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that real quick. What are you preparing your team for in facing this Douglas team?
A very athletic, tough, fast football team. You know, I don't think, you know, we have some teams with a lot of talent around here, but you guys have an amazing group there. You know, you have guys going to Big Ten schools, SEC schools. You know, both your corners are Big Ten kids. Both tackles are scholarship kids. 2 junior linebackers that are, I don't know if they have a Power 5 offer yet, but I think they probably will when it's all said and done. I just think it's a really, really talented team and well coached, and Coach McPeak does a great job.
So let's talk a little bit about your team real quickly. I know with the middle of the season, injuries are always a problem. I know you got some kids dinged up a little bit. So talk a little bit about how has practice been this week, maybe getting some new kids in there.
Yeah, we've been battling the injury bug. We've been fortunate the last couple of years, but this year it's kind of caught up to us. The kind of things level out at times. So we have been battling that. You know, we have an offensive lineman out, defensive lineman out. Quarterback's been banged up. We have one of our running backs. We had kind of a 2-headed monster. One of them tore an ACL. So we've been a bit banged up. The practice has been great. The kids have responded to adversity well. You know, it's just we need to come and the young guys and the new guys that are stepping in there need to step up and prove they belong there on Friday nights.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your travel plans. When are you planning on getting down? Are you staying the night? How does that work with a game this far away?
We're actually coming down kind of early. You know, we're a Catholic school, and we've kind of reached out to some of our Catholic friends. We're going to come down. We're leaving here at noon on Friday, getting down there hopefully about 3 o'clock. We're going to have Mass at St. Peter's Catholic Church, and then take a trip over to Lexington Catholic and do a quick walkthrough, and then head to Frederick Douglass. So it's you know, it's going to be a long trip, but we got some things where we can shake off the cobwebs a little bit when we get off the bus and you know, step up and hopefully give you guys a good game.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. I hope you all have safe travels. I'm excited to see these two teams play, and have a great, blessed day, my friend.
You too. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for us, and looking forward to coming down tomorrow.
We'll be right back on Glycod.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us, and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you, by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Lexington on Glycod. Chris LaBar alongside Rick Reams. Great to have you here for Week 6 Central Kentucky High School football. Rick, this has the makings of a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you got two powerhouses. One, the very, very, very traditional, we found out in the pregame, playing for their 775th win in the program's history, which would put them, again, number 1 in Indiana. And then we know the history of this Douglas team, although they haven't been around a long time, that long at all. Boy, what a season they've had before now, but this is going to be the test. Are they going to be able to come back?
Hearing Coach Peoples just a few moments ago just speak to the lineage, and it goes back because he's an alum of the school, and you have to love that he's seen it on both sides.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, if you're playing for a guy that played there, I think that speaks volumes. It makes you even more excited because the coach knows what you're going through, and that's an important thing.
We'll talk more about Douglas in depth here in the subsequent segments in this pregame. Right now, tonight's pregame and keys to the game are presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service, all while glorifying Jesus Christ and building relationships. Rick, first for Cathedral, what's most important?
Well, I think they have to, we talked about a little bit with Coach Peebles, next person has to step up. Some injuries are playing, although, Chris, we had heard some people weren't playing tonight that are out there right now playing, so we talked about a little bit of Fighting Irish coming out there, but, the next person up, if that's the case, someone has to step up and play. And then also, Coach Peebles talked about it. Do they have the athletes to play with Douglas? I think the answer is yes. I think he's being very, very kind and gracious to Douglas, but the proof is in the pudding out on the field.
And for Douglas, stay the course and score some points, right?
Yeah. Last week, I think what we have to decide was last week's game a trend or a hiccup, okay? Because with 0 points, are they going to have trouble the rest of the season putting points on the board? They didn't against Tate's Creek, but early on in the season, they did have trouble putting points on the board. So they've got to get their offense going. And then also these kids, as we talked about, only their second loss of the season already, and these kids have never faced that before. So are they still bought into this program? Are they still believing what Coach McPeak is teaching out there? And if they are, can they come out and show it and right the ship tonight?
6th year of this Bronco program, their first shutout. They had the shutout in the opener, the loss versus Danville in 17, and last week that's a string of about 81 straight games where they scored points.
You can't argue with success, but also then you have to look back and you have to say, why is this team having trouble? Why is this the team that got shut out? And tonight's going to be the answer because they're going to have to make some changes and see if they can get the ball in the end zone.
Coach McPeak will talk more about his great defense when we come back. He's very fond of that group. Coach Jeffrey Poe, the defensive coordinator, a lot of high accolades for that defensive staff, and more on that subject when we come back on Glycod.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit CarTown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Week 6 on Glycod.com. A great matchup tonight. Frederick Douglass will host the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Coach McPeak joins me. And, Coach, you guys now 2-2 entering Week 6. How would you assess where you are at the midpoint of the season?
I think, we're kind of where I thought we would be. Obviously we didn't want to, lose to Corbin last week, but it was a heck of an environment, over 7,000 people there. And, it was, celebrating 100 years. They had, Air Honor and Roy Kidd. They had everything going on and, had pretty much every team, of a lot of players that have played there that were still alive. So it was a really cool environment. Obviously, the Smith twins that flipped from Michigan to UK were some of the best high school players I've coached against. They dominated the game defensively against us. And, we did some good things. Obviously, anytime you don't score any points, you think it's all bad, but it really wasn't. We had almost 260 yards offense. We just, once we get in near the red zone, we'd have a turnover or a bad penalty or, just not convert. Just a lot of mental errors on our part offensively. Our defense was elite. I think we've been great on defense all year long. Other than the first game, which they were, top 30 program in the country. So I think we flew around on defense. And I thought we'd be a little bit farther ahead offensively than we are at this point in the season, but we are playing a lot of young guys. Obviously, Jackson's a sophomore and been through the fire of a lot of these opponents, and he's getting better. It's not all him. There's some other guys that aren't playing at the level that they need to play offensively, and they're aware of that, so hopefully we see some improvement tonight. I don't know what the result obviously will end up being because Cathedral's really, really good. But, hopefully we can at least feel good about our performance offensively, especially tonight, heading into the bye week and then get into district play.
When you take a step back and look at your offense, do you feel like maybe some of the shortcomings are due to the inexperience or the very difficult schedule or maybe both?
Both. I kind of anticipated, with the schedule, I knew it wasn't going to be as easy. But the kids have to go through that. I knew it. I preached it all summer. I preached it to the kids, the parents, everybody involved with our program. And, they obviously say, yeah, coach, yeah. But until they go through it. I mean, these kids are used to, over the past really 2 seasons being over there drinking water in a lot of our games, at halftime and, with running clock games. And I knew that wasn't going to be the case with, the people that were playing this year. So I'm still hopeful it'll help us in November. I think it will. Hopefully we can, stay relatively healthy tonight and then get a bye week next week. And then, you got the 3 that you need to win in the state of Kentucky for playoff seeding. So hopefully playing these great opponents will, pay off at the end, and I think it will.
How does this Cathedral team tonight stack up to some of these other teams you'll play and have played?
They're as good as anybody. Obviously I'll find out, tonight. They're not as big as Hoban on the O&D line, but they still have some really good players. Their quarterback is an elite player. He's committed to Colorado and Dion out there, which, everybody knows how good a job they're doing this year so far. And he's a really, really good athlete. He reminds me a lot of the Tates Creek quarterback, but obviously much more skilled. He's got a better arm. He's faster, but he's that type of player that's a scrambler, can still throw from the pocket, but he can also go off script and run around. And you better stay in coverage and you better get him on the ground or he's going to give you fits. They got a 6'7" tight end that's got a lot of looks across different Division I schools, and they got a 6'6" receiver that splits out wide. So, and then, they're just big. They got a lot of big skill players. But on the O&D line, they're not quite as big and thick as Hoban, but they're still very well coached, and they're very disciplined in what they do. They remind me a lot of Trinity and X, because we've obviously played those programs, and Cathedral's a private school in Indiana, so they remind me of those programs, but they have a little bit more skill set than maybe St. X and Trinity at certain positions, especially the quarterback position.
Good luck tonight, Nathan. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Head coach Nathan McPeak will be right back after this.
Plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back live to Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. So glad to have you here on Glycod.com. My name is Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams and our outstanding crew tonight. This game apparently will kick at 7:10, so we'll have an elongated pregame. Let's unpack Coach McPeak's comments. Your thoughts on some of the subject matter we discussed?
I think he did a really good job of stating the obvious, and that is his defense has been strong other than that first game. I mean, the one thing we talked about was, hey, they didn't score any points against Corbin, but they held Corbin to 6 points. So the defense is there. The issue right now is how can they get this offense going? He talked about it having a young quarterback who had a beautiful game against Tate's Creek, but last week they shot themselves in the foot. That's kind of the story of a lot of high school and college teams. You get into the red zone, but you don't put points on the board, and boy, that hurts you, Chris.
I liked his honesty. He talked about the discussion he had with the parents. He was expecting this, right? Some bumps along the road, especially with this difficult schedule. I'm not sure a lot of people did as well, though.
No, and it's one of those things you can tell. I mean, I fell prey to it. I thought, go up to Hoban, they're Douglas. They're going to be fine. And he said from the beginning, this is a program that we're not ready for yet. And then he talked about it again, playing St. X, playing Trinity, all these schools that they're playing. So, yeah, but I know when coaches say that, parents and kids, you both look at your coach and roll your eyes and you say, but we're Douglas. We're going to be fine. We're going to win these games. And he knows, but what's he doing, Chris? He's building for the end of the year. These games right now, in all honesty, mean nothing. He has a bye week and then district plays. That's when what he's shooting for.
Yeah, 2 weeks from tonight, they will open district play. Avion Chenault, the receiver, his ceiling is so high. He's only got 9 grabs in 4 games. You feel like they perhaps need more from him out there.
And I think that's what they're going to have to do. They have to have some offensive players step up. And by that, I mean you have to want the ball. You have to tell your quarterback, get me the ball. I am your man tonight. And we've seen him. I talked about it in the last game. We've seen him in basketball. We've seen him in football. But, yeah, his ceiling is so high, but they got to get him involved in the game. And I think what you may have to do is run some end arounds with him, throw some flanker screens to him, get him going early.
This offensive line will look a little bit different tonight. Howard Carter will start at right guard, and Austin Harmon, 6'1 junior, will be at right tackle. So this O-line, which has really been a staple of this program, will look a little bit different this evening.
Well, and it's one of those things, again, next man up. I mean, all you can say is that these guys can't play, and it's on you right now. So you got to come out there. You got to be fundamentally sound. You got to know your role, and you just got to go out there, block, move where you're supposed to move, and then not make any silly penalties.
Coin toss occurring right out at the 50. Great to see the folks from Cathedral in town. This, of course, the first of a home-and-home, first ever matchup, and it will be a two-way deal as Douglas will trek to Indy next season, and already looking forward to that at that beautiful complex up there.
I tell you what, I mean, this is one of the class programs in Indiana, and if you ever get a chance to go to any of these high school programs that have such a history and such, it's just unbelievable. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting for Douglas to go up there and get to play them next year. And it's excited that you could tell or hear it in Coach Peoples' voice. It was excited for him to come down here, bring his kids down here, have a picture of their mass they had today at St. Peter's in downtown Lexington, went to Lexington Catholic. So, but if you ask him, this is a business trip. They're not down here to see horses. They're down here to play against a Bronco horse team.
It is a perfect weather night. Tonight's weather forecast presented by Meijer. Visit their Hamburg location at 2155 Paul Jones Way for any of your shopping needs. Meijer, a proud supporter of Central Kentucky High School athletics on Glycod. Slight breeze, low 70s, and clear. Fabulous night for Week 6. More coverage on Glycod.com when we come back right after this.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info.
And we're back live as this will be a 7 o'clock kickoff. We overheard a 7:10 start, but we don't want to miss anything. So here we are, Frederick Douglass and Cathedral and Ranvier. A booming kick for an opening touchback for the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Offensive line includes 3 seniors. Evan Triggs at left tackle, Manny Egan at left guard, Nicholas Neal is the center. Right guard is Devon Perkins, right tackle William Neal.
Danny O'Neill is in the backfield, so he will be playing.
Danny Neal on the season, 1,000 pass yards, 18 touchdowns, and 4 picks, and he'll flip it out in the flat, and that ball caught by tight end Keith Long, and Long will charade up for about 5 yards.
Yeah, Douglas better be ready for that because that's what this team's for. They're known for is to just pass, and they're going to be fast, and they're going to try to take the ball down the field.
Keith Long on the season, his 30th catch, and that's going to be a pickup of about 5-6 yards on first down. There's Devon Slaughter, and Slaughter scoots up the near sideline where he's close to a first down. So 2 quick throws from O'Neill.
Yeah, they got a penalty out there. There's a hold on the receiver trying to keep the Douglas defender from getting over and making the tackle. So that's going to be moved back a little bit there.
There you see the accuracy already of for O'Neill as he'll spray it on both sides of the field.
Yeah, we talked to their play-by-play people and said O'Neill's trying to go for over 7,000 yards in his career tonight. So that's saying something no matter what division of football you're playing in. But I think it's even more impressive playing in this level of football.
He's second down and about 12 after the hold. First drive of this game between Cathedral and Frederick Douglass live tonight in Lexington. So Danny O'Neill, the Colorado commit, in the shotgun at quarterback. And he'll flip it out on a slant, and that ball is nearly picked off.
Boy, really good play there by Douglas just to knock it up. And then, boy, like you said, almost picked off. That would have been a great way to start. But right now, you're holding Cathedral to a 3rd and long, which is exactly where Douglas wants to be.
This Bronco defense only giving up 16 points per game and nearly got a takeaway there. So 3rd down and long. And a great throw across the middle, complete for a first down. It's Zach Meeks, the Miami of Ohio commit, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, big 6'7" tight end. They had trips out there, Chris, just ran him right down the middle of the field. One thing I watched O'Neill in warm-ups, I'll tell you what, his throws are spot on.
So Meeks on the season, his 16th grab. He had 3 scores last week with only 3 catches, and it's first down and 10 as Cathedral has their second first down. Oh my, down the pike, and Devon Slaughter in 57 yards.
Boy, off a bad snap, he was able to get the ball, and then Slaughter, as you said, wide open. A big play there for Cathedral.
Did not take long for this Fighting Irish offense And O'Neal put it on the money despite the bad snap.
Yeah, threw that ball sidearm, had to get it right in there, but boy, Slaughter was behind everyone and walked into the end zone.
Van Krisseloff on for the point after. And Krisseloff pounding on through Cathedral. An opening, impressive drive. And they lead by 7 on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Devon Slaughter, his 5th touchdown of the season, and Cathedral on the board early as the Broncos bring back the kickoff. And scooting up the near sideline is Jeremiah Lowe into Cathedral territory.
Huge start there for Douglas. Get that ball on the Cathedral side of the field and let your offense work now with a shorter field.
Lowe has big playability written all over him already. A punt return for a score this year, and there you see accelerating up this near sideline.
Yeah, really good return there. But now, what can the offense do?
New look Bronco offensive line. Right side again is new with Howard Carter and Austin Harmon. They'll start tonight for Johnson and Madison, who will not play. The center is Isaac Lightfoot, left guard. Jackson Meadows, D'Amico Kennedy, the Purdue commit, is left tackle as we go from right to left. Tay Allen for next to no gain as he took it up inside.
Yeah, really good defense there by Cathedral. They weren't fooled at all. Pappas was in there early on making that first hit.
This Fighting Irish defense, only 5 takeaways on the season. A little bit unusual, but they're pretty stout, giving up just 19 points per. Adam Barth, the defensive coordinator, as the Broncos stare at 2nd down and 10 on their first drive of this game. Stroutman back to throw. And that ball caught in congestion up to the 45-yard line. That's Avion Chenault.
That's what we talked about, getting him in the flow a little bit early. But, boy, right now you got 3rd and long, and this is not where Douglas wants to be.
Chenault, his 10th grab of the season. Cathedral offense scores early. Their defense, led by linebacker Oscar Kirch, leads them in tackles at 37. And Kyle Braun also a fixture at linebacker as well, with a couple of sacks alongside 13 tackles. It's 3rd down and long and upended for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, tried to get the ball out there to Cole Carpenter, and just really good defense there. So Douglas has an early 3 and out, which is not what they wanted to start with their offense after a nice kickoff return, Chris.
Jackson Lockhart back for this Cathedral Fighting Irish. And Cooper Ranvier is on to punt. It's 3 minutes gone by, and Broncos 3 and out after a poor snap in Ranvier. A winding kick, fair caught at the 15 by Lockhart.
Good job by Ranvier there. Like you said, a bad snap, was able to scoop it up and get it up in the air.
His Cathedral offense averaging 38 points per game.
Well, if you watch that first drive, you can understand why, because they took it down the field quickly. Didn't even think about running the ball, all in the air.
So O'Neal back to work. That touchdown pass, by the way, for his career is 87th.
they have the
second down, about 7.
Yeah, first run of the game.
Jalen Bonds, the primary running back. He's a 6', 200-pound junior. Over 300 rush yards on the season. He'll be flagged to the left of O'Neal on second down and 7 as Meeks goes to a blocking position as the H-back. And O'Neal twisting up across the 20-yard line.
And I think that's one thing you may see where that little bit of that injury may have shown up there, because I think usually he probably runs that ball a little bit further, but that time he got down well short of the first down marker.
There you see O'Neal traipsing forward. And third down, and we'll call it about 4. This Bronco D would certainly love nothing more than to force a quick 3 and out after doing the same on the offensive end.
Well, that would bring a lot of confidence.
O'Neal back to pass. Up, ended is low. Got a hand on intended for 6'6" Auburn Johnson.
Yeah, good defensive stand there. Like I say, little surprise there on that one that O'Neal didn't try to run a little bit further to get third and manageable. But if you're Douglas, you have to be pleased with that. And now one strong part of your game is the return. So right now, see if you can't set up another return, and that'd be a good way to get in the end zone.
Van Krisseloff on the punt. He is also their place kicker. And the Broncos will station Lowe and Chenault back as Krisseloff, a winding, hooking kick. And look at that baby roll down the chute all the way inside the 15-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what, you put that in your stats. You don't say how far it rolled. You just said I had a 60-yard punt there.
That'll go in the books as a 65-yard punt for Van Krisseloff, and the Bronco offense backed up inside their 15.
Second series with the offense coming out for Douglas, and they're going to have to come out. You just don't want to keep on putting your defense back out there on the field after getting no rest. So want to come with a sustained drive now.
Tate Allen got a tote on the first drive for Frederick Douglass as Stroutman is in the gun. Right now the running back is freshman Dakari Talbert. And Stroutman, a design draw. And he'll twist for a few yards.
Yeah, there's no doubt that's what that play was called to do, just get him in space a little bit. We saw him run real well against Tate's Creek, and I think they tried that there. So got some positive yardage. That's one thing you don't want to do if you're Douglas, is just keep on being behind the sticks.
Mark this at about the 18-yard line, so second down and 7 looming. Again, this Bronco offense on the season only averaging 17 points per game. And there's a draw as Talbert tucks it up inside.
Good play there. If you said kind of the revamp line tonight, did a good job of opening that hole to get it third and short.
Coaching staff very high on the freshman Talbert. And right now he's got the Broncos 2 yards shy of a first down.
Again, another really big play here to try to get first down and continue this drive.
And that ball is caught. There's Ranvier sidestepping a tackler up to the 34, a gain of 10, and a first down.
Yeah, and Ranvier, we know if they didn't get that first down, he's going to be there punting. So he holds on to that ball, gets the first down. Good first set of downs for Douglas on this second drive.
That was a great throw by Stroutman. No hesitation, put it right on the money, and Ranvier caught it for the 11th time this year. Broncos from their 34. And you get the sense that running up inside is going to be a tall task tonight.
Yeah, I think they're trying. You do that a lot just to kind of set a trend. But right now, I think if you're the offensive coordinators, the offensive mindset at Douglas, you realize you're going to have to go to the edges. That up the middle is just not getting you much production.
Devon Perkins, the nose man He's a two-way starter on the offensive line and defensive line. He's a fixture inside.
Yeah, you don't want to go up against that big guy.
Second down and long. Talbert in motion to the slot. And Stroutman rifles it right through Talbert.
Got that one. He had a receiver out there, but just was not able to get it to him. You got to watch that. He overthrew him just enough. That ball could be intercepted. You do not want to have a turnover here. You can see it. He got a little bit of pressure, but he had time. They're doing quick passes, but just could not connect.
To the Broncos. 1 first down in the first 6+ minutes. They'll now have third down and long from their 34-yard line. Cathedral on the board after a long touchdown reception by Devon Slaughter. And Stroutman trying to answer. He's going to heave it, and that ball is caught, but short of a first down. Will be brought down by Darian Talbert.
Yeah, good play there by Cathedral, keeping them in front of the yard marker. Say Talbert went up, caught that ball. Not sure what the officials are talking about. If they're going to have a sideline warning or something.
Maybe a placement issue on that far sideline as Talbert a couple yards short of that first down. There's a penalty.
Yeah, they called motion on Douglas, and the penalty was declined. So that's what they were doing, going over and asking the coaches what they wanted to do. So, of course, if you're Cathedral, you'll take the down and get fourth down and be able to get that punt and get the ball back.
So wipe that reception off the board as the Broncos now will be forced to punt on fourth down. Is that placement right there, Rick?
If they decline the penalty, yes.
Low snap, and Ranvier, a spiraling kick as it's going to roll inside the 20-yard line. Lockhart will defer, and Ranvier with a great punt of his own inside the Cathedral 15-yard line.
Yeah, a whole lot of pressure, and again, a bad snap, so we're going to have to watch that, Chris.
Be right back on Glycod.
From Glycod, this is Ben.
To first down and 10 now for this Cathedral offense from their 14-yard line. And O'Neal out in the flat. He's going to find his receiver across the 15.
Devon Slaughter out there again. We saw what he could do long, and that time he was able to get that ball and get a good gain on the first down.
Slaughter, his 17th catch of the year. And this might be a first down as Cathedral traipses across the 32-yard line.
Yeah, got a good play there. Was able to get up the middle there and get that first down. Jalen Bonds there on the carry and was able to back his way across the first down line.
First down and 10 for Cathedrals. We slide near the 4-minute mark of this first quarter. Here's Meeks to the near side with a stiff arm, and Meeks upended at the 37-yard line. A lot to like from that big tight end.
I tell you what is it about a lot of these private Catholic schools with these big tight ends? You see it in a lot of the Ohio schools. You see it Trinity, St. X. And I tell you what, just a really big athlete. But, boy, for a guy like that to have good hands, then be able to hold on to that ball and have a little bit of speed to get around the ends.
Makes his 17th catch of the year, and Cathedral playing ahead of the sticks. They'll have it second down. Oh, they're going to give him a first down. So first down and 10 for the Fighting Irish. And an official stop. Officials timeout. We will now step aside. Back in 30 seconds on Glycod.com.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Second down and 1, so a placement timeout while you were away, and they'll reduce it to second down and 1. And the Fighting Irish trudging forward as they near a first down.
Yeah, they got the first down, but you're right, Chris. That play was gained about 9 yards, and so they stopped. They were able to get it corrected, get it to second and 1, but a first down for Cathedral.
Get the sense the Broncos really perhaps have to pick what they're going to do defensively tonight, because O'Neill's so effective through the air, but yet this offensive line proves that they can run the ball as well.
Right, exactly, and that's one of those things. If you're Douglas, you're just going to have to stay at home. You can't take chances.
Johnson in motion, handoff Bonds, and Bonds powering forward for a healthy chunk.
Nice run. Again, as you said, the offensive line opened up a big hole for him. Was able to get in there with 6 foot, 200-pound junior. Did a good job getting about 6 or 7 yards there.
Bonds was splitting duties with Desiree Thomas. Thomas out with a knee injury. So Bonds getting the lion's share of the work in the backfield, and it's second down and about 5. And a quick hitter and a first.
Tell you, Bonds does a really good job. He's able to spin and fall forward for a couple more yards, and that's a sign of a really good running back. When you get hit, you go forward and not backwards, and he's done that 3 or 4 times, each of the 2 of those at least, to get first downs.
Fighting Irish very efficient, very quick as they race back to the line of scrimmage. And another quick hitter, and Bonds breaking a tackle as he charades down the near sideline. Lowe trips him up from behind, and a big first down.
Yeah, really, really good run. It's interesting, that first series, Chris, we talked about it, pass, 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 pass. This time is mainly they've been going to the ground game.
There's Bonds again, tucking it up for a couple yards.
That's one of those, again, offensive calls. If it's not broke, don't fix it. See if Douglas can stop them, and that time they're able to hold him. Looks like no gain there.
Here's the rush before last where Bonds broke it all the way down the near sideline.
Yeah, did a really good job. Got that arm tackle and was not able to get him down. A big first down.
O'Neill racing, sacked back at the 32-yard line.
Great job there. That one was low snap. Clinkscale was able to get in there, and boy, he showed his speed to get around that edge and was able to get down, as we heard, a fast Danny O'Neill. Great play there.
E.J. Clinkscale, a huge sack, taking Cathedral back to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 19.
O'Neill studying his options, flips it across, and Lowe there to tangle up Johnson, but well short of a first down.
Yeah, really good play there by Douglas that time. Just don't let someone beat you deep, and they did a really good job holding them now 4th and long. Looks like Cathedral's going to have to come out with the field goal team.
This will be in essence of about a 40-yarder for Van Krisseloff on the season. Krisseloff 1 out of 5.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like he's from about 35 to 40. He was pretty accurate in warm-ups, so this may be stretching it just a little.
Ty Carroll is the holder. And Krisseloff's kick off to the right. So the Broncos, off the sack of E.J. Clinkscale,
yeah,
keep the lead at 7.
Good job there, Ben, but don't break. They did a really good job, and like you said, Clinkscale there, boy, I was just so impressed with his speed, Chris. He was able to get around the edge and run down a fast Danny O'Neill for that, like we said, about that 19-yard loss.
Nice crowd on hand beneath us here at the farm in Lexington. Week 6 on Glycod.com. Frederick Douglass 2-2. Cathedral of Indiana, they are 3-2 on the season. Broncos offense back in tow, and perhaps the final play of this first quarter. Yeah, Stroutman in the shotgun with Talbert in motion. And Stroutman going to heave it down the middle of the field, and it's batted away, intended for Chenault.
Yeah, that one threw just behind Chenault. He had his man. Had that been in front of him, he would have gone a long way. But, boy, we talked about it. They're trying to get Chenault in there. But, boy, if you watch this play again, Chris, he has a step on him. He just was not able to get that ball in front of him and had to reach back and gave the defender time to knock that ball down.
So Stroutman's throw a little off the mark as you see enough air underneath it. And second down and 10 for the Broncos. And Talbert squirming for about a half yard.
Yeah, I did a little pitch to Talbot trying to get him out. But, boy, I tell you what, Cathedral did a good job of stringing that out.
After the first, Cathedral leading Frederick Douglass 7-0. Broncos will have it third down and long when we come back.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
And Douglas on third down and long will have that ball batted away. It was nearly picked off by Oscar Kirch.
This is going to be a big punt here. They're going to be put back on the field, but I tell you what, they've had 2 bad snaps so far. Ranvier has done a good job of getting that ball out of there, but boy, they got to make sure they're getting that ball all the way back. Looks like they've actually changed their snappers, so we'll see. Clinkscale is now snapping, so see if they have any better luck with it.
Lockhart back to return for Cathedral. He's nestled up against his own 40-yard line, awaiting the punt from Ranvier as the Broncos drive stalls, and Ranvier has that ball blocked. That punt is blocked and ricocheted out about the 20-yard line.
Isn't that amazing, Chris? That was a better snap, but that time they were able to get back. He kind of went to his right side to try to get that ball off and was just blocked and just kind of squirted out to the side. Just another mistake there by Douglas.
Charlie McCormick will be credited with a block, and a huge one for this Cathedral special teams unit.
You do not want to give Cathedral's offense any opening, and right now they have that trips out to the right that they scored on the last time.
Slaughter already in from 57 yards. There's a pass dumped across Meeks, dragging Douglas Broncos in for first and goal.
Yeah, we saw Clinkscale's speed getting to the quarterback, but that time he's going up against Meeks, just a big guy to try to bring down.
And O'Neill dumping it across. First down and goal looming. And tackled at about the 5.
Got that ball to Slaughter again. Just a little pitch forward. It's a very smart play because if Slaughter's not able to hang on to that, that's considered an incomplete pass. So he's able to get some yardage, gets a second and about 5 and goal.
This Bronco defense badly needing a hold here as Cathedral's already scored, and they misfired as well from a lengthy field goal. So the Fighting Irish dominating this game thus far as Bonds trudging, powering in for a touchdown.
Very, very strong runner there. Was able again to back his way in, fall forward, and get into the end zone.
Jalen Bonds, his second rushing score of the season. And Cathedral having their way thus far with Douglas. As Van Krisseloff trying to add one to the tally. Kind of a flag.
Be offsides on Douglas. I think that's how they got through the line and was able to get that block.
I wonder what Bill Peebles will elect to do here with the infraction, assuming it is.
Oh, they're going to call a false start now. They said that Douglas was drawn off, so they have no choice but to kick the extra point here, I would think.
So Van Krisseloff on for a little more lengthy of a point after. You can join us at halftime. Rick will chat with Ryan Lemond during our halftime interview segment. We'll have that for you live here on the set and also update you on other scores around Central Kentucky coming up at halftime. Van Krisseloff, a booming point after, has Cathedral 14 clear over Frederick Douglass. We're back to Lexington right after this.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
.14 Cathedral after a 3-yard touchdown rush from Jalen Bonds. That followed a 57-yard touchdown reception from Devon Slaughter. And the Broncos with a big offensive drive coming up.
Well, they have to get some points on the board somehow, some way, because right now they're in a lot of trouble.
Booming kick backpedaling is Talbert. And there goes Darian, slithering across the 40.
Good. Another great run back there, but right now the offense, you have to figure something out. And Chris, as we talked about, I think the one thing you have to figure out, first of all, is you can't run up the middle on these guys. You're going to have to break the edges and see if you can get some runs or some quick passes out there.
Now, Avion Chenault has been a focal point at least through the target game. Douglas relying on his athleticism, trying to get him the ball outside. He'll wear number 5 at the bottom of your screen. And it's first down and 10 for the Broncos with Tay Allen, the sophomore running back, stationed to the left of Stroutman. And Stroutman going to flip it. There's a first down across the 50. And rambling down that far sideline are the Broncos. That's Cooper Ranvier.
Yeah, a really, really good job there that time by Douglas to move Stroutman out and let him be able to see down the field because Cathedral bought into him running, so they came up and left Ranvier wide open.
Nice patience by Stroutman to watch that play develop. And Ranvier, his 11th catch of the season, as the Broncos convert it and back to work from the 30. And a tackle for a loss.
Big sack there. Hosea Smith was able to get in there and get the quarterback, get Stroutman down.
Be about a 3-yard loss. Second down and 13. Jose Smith, 6-foot senior, his second sack of the season. Jackson Weingart starts at one defensive in spot opposite Smith on the other. There was thought that Weingart may have had a season-ending injury a few weeks back. That was not the case, so he is back in action and playing tonight at one spot. Second and long. Stroutman sets up a screen, and that ball is caught, and there's a first down. Is Terry Kaysen catches it, and a first down.
Great job there. Great play call. If Cathedral is going to be kind of pinning their ears back and just coming at you, you've got to run some screens just like that. Get Kaysen, another great athlete on the basketball court. See that come over on the football field.
And Stroutman delivering a nice lofted pass for a key first down. Under 9 minutes in this first half. Inside handoff. It's Pharaoh Watts. His first carry.
With the carry.
Yeah, with that one, I think you're thinking is we kind of opened them up, softened up a little bit with a couple passes and that screen pass. See if you can get that run bust out real quick, but just didn't have much success there.
Watts leading this balanced running game, over 145 rush yards and a couple of touchdowns. Had 47 rush yards last week in the shutout loss at Corbin. Over 7,000 in attendance to watch that game.
What an atmosphere that must have been.
Second down and long. And Watts, just no room outside. Tried to run between right guard Howard Carter and Austin Harmon, right tackle.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, now you've got a third and long. Very, very difficult here. We've seen one thing tonight that, Douglas, I think on these plays, you've got to give your quarterback, you've got to give Stroutman some time and wait for your receivers to get downfield because you want to throw at least to the sticks to try to get a first down or at least get close to it.
There you see Coach McPeak pacing as he stares up, hoping to orchestrate a third down and long play. This might be four-down territory here as they're inside the red zone. And Stroutman trying to deliver a pass, upended and ricocheted. Owen Reyes broke it up.
I think if I'm Douglas and I agree with this call, I think you go for the field goal here. Chris, you got to figure out a way to get some points on the board. You played a game last week, 4 quarters, 0 points. Right now, you're 7 minutes into the second, or 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and you still haven't scored. You've got a great soccer player who's your kicker and receiver, and let him come out there and see if he can put it through from 35 yards out.
If the replay is driving you crazy at home, I promise you it's amplified here as we try to cue that up for you. Fourth down and long. This will be a 35-yard field goal for Ranvier, and it's blocked. Lockhart around the edge for the block.
He went untouched, Chris, and was able to get in there, and just, I'll tell you what, just another buzzkill if you're Douglas's offense.
So a punt block and now a field goal block as Lockhart races around the edge.
I mean, sometimes you say untouched and you don't really mean untouched, but in that case, Chris, he broke free, was never touched by a lineman, and was able just to, well, thankfully for Douglas, at least that ball went forward as opposed to going backwards because Lockhart could have gotten that ball for a touchdown.
Back to work go these Fighting Irish student athletes from their 20. And Bonds for about a half yard against this stout Douglas front.
Yeah, and right now Douglas's defense has to be a little bit tired, but they don't have that. They don't have that choice right now. You've got to come out and play.
Get the sense of takeaway here for the Broncos to really change the momentum, and their defense can certainly do it. There's Slaughter trying to break it outside, and he cannot. Got bodies tangled up on that far sideline.
Yeah, I took the blocks all the way out of bounds, and that was Clinkscale and Zach Meeks were going out there.
Clinkscale spotting Meeks, some 50, 60 pounds over there.
Yeah, he wasn't afraid, but right now Clinkscale's down on one knee.
Timeout on the field.
Have an official stop. We will step aside back to the farm in 30 seconds. This is week 6 on Glycod.com.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Long pass out in the flat, just overthrew his receiver and took a big hit in the backfield. So good job there by Douglas to keep that. And I was wrong. That was Hicks that was shaking up on that last play, Chris.
Terrion Hicks, the outstanding corner. So it will be a punting opportunity for this Cathedral offense. Van Krisseloff with a plus 60-yarder earlier. Lowe and Chenault back for the Broncos, and Krisseloff, a spiraling high kick. It's caught by Lowe, and Lowe out to the 44.
Yeah, that's a much better job there by Lowe. You learn from the last one. You don't want that ball to hit the ground and just keep on bouncing.
Now, the Broncos had some success moving the ball on the last drive, so steps in the right direction.
And that's what Coach McPeak talked about. But what did he talk about also? Making mistakes, and that's what they did. They made some mistakes there, then got that field goal block because, again, I think that was the right call. You got to get some points on the board, but, boy, you just got to shore up that blocking to somehow control on special teams. 2 big mistakes, a blocked punt and a blocked field goal.
Stroutman back to work for the Broncos. The 2 receivers at the top of your screen.
Get your teeth right. For both health reasons and you're just vain.
Pharaoh Watts, the back position to the right of Stroutman. And Watts tucks it up inside, and he'll barrel across the 40.
Good run there. You know, that's one thing. If he can get into open field, he is very shifty and jittery and very fast, and did a good job hitting that hole and getting a gain of about 6 or 7. 2nd and 3 or 4 is exactly where you want to be, Chris, as opposed to 2nd and long.
Bronco offense inside the 40-yard line after the rush from Watts. Middle portion, second quarter. Watts again barreling for a first down.
As you said, Chris, the last drive, they moved the ball well. This time they're doing the same thing, but boy, you've got to somehow get some points on the board here. Especially if you're Douglas, you're only down 14-0. This game's not out of reach, so you got to keep on playing.
Broncos will have the football to start the second half as well, so they'll try to bookend drives here and get back in this game as Cathedral striking on their first drive, 57-yard reception by Slaughter, and Chenault could not run underneath it.
Yeah, just again, got to put just a little bit more air underneath that and let Chenault go because, boy, he was just getting by his man, but that ball was just out of his reach there. I think a good play on a first down to go for the end zone.
Nice coverage. Looked like Reyes already breaking up one pass in pursuit there.
You got to give him credit. He was out on an island against a very athletic player and was able to stay with him.
Second down and long for Frederick Douglass. There's Pharaoh Watts.
It's another one they were trying to get that ball up the middle and just didn't have luck with it. And you've got 3rd and long now.
Tate Allen will spell Watts on this play as Watts trots off. Both teams 3 timeouts remaining in this rapidly moving first half. Well, speak of the devil, now we're going to have a Bronco timeout. We'll step aside, back to the farm. 3rd down and long looming for Frederick Douglass. A big play coming up. We'll have it for you right after this on Glycod.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
3rd down and long for Frederick Douglass. Post timeout. As Stroutman's going to deliver it for no gain.
Well, that's a tough one there. I tell you what, on that one, Stroutman, I think you'd like to have that one back. You want to throw that ball a lot further down the field because now you're in no man's land. You're going to have to go for it here. On that one, I was a little surprised, Chris. I thought maybe they'd try to go 6-7 yards down the field to make it 4th and a little more manageable, but now 4th and 11.
From about the 31. As this Bronco offense tries to architect a big play as they try to mount some late momentum in this first half. Stroutman going for the downs, and Chenault is in.
That's what you need, a big play. 4th and 11. Throw it all the way to the end zone, and there's that athlete we talked about. Chenault got behind the defense. That time, air under the ball, touchdown, Douglas.
Stroutman right on the money, and Avion Chenault, a big one for Douglas. 29-yard touchdown reception, 2nd receiving score of the year for Chenault. And Stroutman, his 3rd touchdown pass is Ranvier. A little indecision here on the near sideline, and the Broncos going to burn one.
Yeah, they're missing a player out there, and Coach McPeak is not happy.
We'll keep things right here as the Broncos ride the momentum of that reception from Chenault. You'd have to think there's not much consternation here. You're going to kick it, right?
Yeah, I think, again, they were missing a player, and that was their frustration is it came over from the sideline and just said, we're missing one, and just couldn't give it in. Logan Busen, the leadership there, he came over and told his coach, we're missing a player. We've already had 1 field goal blocked. Let's not get an extra point blocked.
Now, you don't want to be within an earshot of Coach McPeak as he's pacing up and down that near sideline.
You know when he points at you, it's not a good time, especially if you're supposed to be on the field.
Ranvier trying to reduce the deficit to 7. And it is 14-7. So the Broncos respond. Ample time, however, for Cathedral. They'll have the football right after this on Glycod.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Well, the Broncos needed a score, and they've got one here, but still 3 timeouts in 3.5 minutes or so for this high-powered Cathedral offense.
Yeah, a lot of time for them. But, again, we talked about Douglas's strength so far this year has been their defense. And can they get another stop and get the ball back before halftime? And as you said, they get the ball back to start the second half.
Big score, and Chenault on 4th down nonetheless. As Douglas within a score, and Ranvier powers it back inside the 5. And out to about the 29-yard line, and Cathedral will be perched right there.
Yeah, that was Slaughter again. He's a little bit everywhere on this Cathedral team.
Danny O'Neill through a couple of quarters of work. Sprayed the ball all over the field. Even dispersion of receiver targets. And a long touchdown pass to Slaughter. And O'Neill going to duck it to Slaughter. Oh, my. As Slaughter forgot to hang on to it before he hit the pedal.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, that pass was just a little bit behind him. But, boy, he had a little bit of a beat there. I think he could have gone. I'm not sure he would have gone all the way, but he had an opening. But, boy, you got to watch that ball in and make that catch, Chris.
That looks similar to the play that he scored on on the first drive of this game. So the Broncos dodge a bullet. And the Fighting Irish from the 30. Bonds position to the left. And there's Patrick Mazer. The grab up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, if you're Douglas, you'll take that. Just catch it, make them catch it in front of you. They got a 3rd and 5 here. Big play for both teams. But, boy, if Douglas can get a stop here and get this ball back, Chris, really give some momentum.
Only Mazer's 4th grab of the year. The Bronco D, will they pin their ears back? Sack! Terrion Hicks with a sack.
Yeah, I tell you what, we saw Hicks go down and get hurt, but boy, that time he was able to get back there, and you could tell it was almost it looked like a design run there for O'Neill, but no place to go. That clock's still moving. A little bit surprised Douglas didn't take a timeout there, but boy, what a huge play there by Douglas's defense.
Be a loss of 9, so 4th and 5 becomes 4th and 14. Krisaloff, quite the weapon, however, as the Fighting Irish punter. And he's going to pound one back to the 40 in a dangerous catch in heavy congestion by Chenault.
Yeah, we know about his athleticism, but on that one, I think you just go ahead and call that fair catch because you don't want to have a turnover. But, boy, Douglas now has almost 2 minutes, 1:55 to go down the field. And, I mean, Chris, let's be honest, they can go in here and tie this game up. It's a whole different ball game, needless to say.
That catch wasn't for the faint of heart.
Ooh, I tell you what, I was hoping he wouldn't catch it, but just from the fact of, for either team, that's going to be a tough catch there, but he was able to hold on to it.
So again, the Broncos, 1 timeout remaining, as Rick articulated. 1st down and 10 for the Broncos from their 41-yard line. Trying to go back-to-back in this quarter. And Stroutman, feeling good about himself, will dump it. And very close to a 1st down.
Yeah, if you're Douglas, you want to keep on the move here. You want to save that timeout. Cole Carpenter got open right there.
That was Grant Dunn, I beg your pardon, I believe. Number 8, the tight end.
Yes, it was. Very good play by him.
So 1st down and 10. Dunn, his 6th catch of the year. And Stroutman back to work. And that will be caught at the 30-yard line as Ranvier, a great catch.
I think that was actually Talbert who just...
Oh, excuse me.
Good gracious, Chris. He turned on the afterward. I thought that ball could be thrown out of bounds. And Talbert, just watch this. He just goes and gets to the ball and gets a huge 1st down. But even more important, he gets out of bounds.
Ranvier was in the vicinity, but a great grab by Talbert. And it's 1st down and 10 as the Broncos across the 30. And Stroutman heaving it for Talbert to the near side, and he's got it. Out of bounds at the 12.
That's one of those you would like to see Talbot be able to get that ball a little further, but boy, him stepping out of bounds is not a bad thing. But boy, the big momentum has shifted right now, Chris.
Well, Talbot, Rick, on both sides of the field.
Yeah, just was able to get out there, and I tell you what, he just has such speed.
So first down and 10, Douglas, from the doorstep. We'll mark it at the 13. Near side run, and Farrow slung down.
This is where you have to be in a hurry. If you're going to run that ball, you've got to get back up to the line. Still have about a minute 5 seconds left, so they got time, but you don't want to take too much time here.
Yeah, the Broncos still one timeout left in this half. They will get the football to start the second half as well.
A lot of time getting this play in.
This game turning around on a fourth down touchdown reception by Avion Chenault. And there's a hanky.
Yeah. One of those everyone but the center moved.
Well, we talked about that last week. Maybe 10 guys were wrong.
Yeah, exactly right. And I said it last week, and I'll say it again. The center will tell you, I had the snap call. You guys didn't have the right snap call. Now, really, I mean, you don't want to lose 5 yards, but the important thing is now you got to get back up to the line because the clock is moving.
Some urgency here as the Broncos try to piece something together here. Second down and 15. Boy, a lot of time running off. Stroutman back to throw.
Jump ball.
Intended for Talbot, and a nice breakup out there by Isaiah Rollins.
Yeah, I tell you, Rollins, he had a beat on that ball the whole time. He was able to back in. He saw it the whole time, was able. But again, Talbot almost made an amazing play to get in front of him and make that catch.
Looked like that ball hung up there forever.
So 23 and a half seconds. You've got a third down and 14. Again, you got to throw this, I think, towards the sticks, at least towards the end zone. And if not, then you got to make a decision. Are we going to go for it on fourth, or are we going to kick a field goal after getting one blocked?
Well, under no certainty do you turn it over down here.
Right.
Third down and long. Dunn in motion to the near side. And Stroutman slings it across. Batted down.
Well, that one was almost intercepted. He threw it fast right now. Coach McPeak's going to call a timeout, and this is the time where he's going to talk to his field goal team, I think. Talk to them about blocking because I think they're going to kick a field goal.
There's a great pass breakup by Jackson Lockhart. We called his name a couple of times in the athleticism there to prevent 6.
Yeah, and he reached that paw up there and, like you said, was able to knock that down. Receiver even getting close to it.
Well, this is well within Ranvier's grasp, assuming the protection's good.
Well, and I think that's what Coach McPeak's talking to him about. He's not worried about Ranvier. He's worried about the protection, and that's what he said. I saw him once he called a timeout. He held his hands up for his field goal team to come out, and he's talking about blocking assignments. He's talking about how Cathedral's going to line up all the way across. And like we said last time, they had who was it, Lockhart, that just broke free and was able to block that kick. So you don't want that to happen again. You're going to have to spread your guys out a little bit further, back them up a little bit more on the ends there, and make sure you have everyone covered to block.
31-yard field goal try for Ranvier. 6 of 13 in his career. And Ranvier's kick is powered up and through, and that's a big field goal.
Oh, huge field goal there because that gives everyone a much better feeling. 14-10, you'd love to go in and tied, but boy, I tell you what, Chris, when this was 14-0, it didn't look positive for Douglas. And as you said, a fourth and 11 from the 29 to get a first down, a touchdown, and then to get a stop and come back in that field goal and then get the ball back at the beginning of the second half.
Logan Busen, the holder on that play, as Ranvier pounds it through, and Cathedral 3 timeouts and 14 3/10 left.
And we've seen O'Neal's arm. I don't think it's a given they're going to take a knee and go in. They may well try to run this down the field and see what they can do.
Great halftime show coming up. Rick will interview Kentucky Sports Radio's Ryan Lemon. Ryan, an avid Frederick Douglass fan. We'll also update you on area scores on our Central Kentucky High School football scoreboard and revisit first half stats. It's been a great first half, really a tale of two quarters.
Absolutely.
As Cathedral with 14 to start and the Broncos 10 in succession. And Slaughter back under the goalposts.
Yeah, kick that one all the way through the end zone, a wise play. So be interesting to see what Cathedral's going to do. Are they going to take a chance, try to get it down the field, or are they just going to take a knee and go in at halftime?
And Coach Peebles been around the block a long time on that far sideline, one of all-time winningest coaches in Indiana history. Yeah. You get the feeling they're going to take a knee and,
so it looks like,
and enjoy some fresh air.
But if you're Douglas, don't fall prey to the fact that they can't fake a knee.
That's going to wrap up. Very exciting first half. Avion Chenault, perhaps the play in this game for the Broncos, is Frederick Douglass, 10 consecutive. And at the turn in Lexington, 14-10 on glycod.com.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be a million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. you can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
Halftime at Frederick Douglass, 14-10. Cathedral leading the Broncos here. I'm Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. A look at your first half summary presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters. Cathedral on the board early on a Devon Slaughter 57-yard touchdown reception. Then on the first drive of this game, Jalen Bonds followed with a 3-yard touchdown rush late in the first quarter. And then Avion Chenault on a fourth down and long, 31-yard touchdown reception off of quarterback Jackson Stroutman. That made it 14-7. And just before halftime, a 34-yard field goal converted by Cooper Ranvier in what is now a 14-10 Cathedral lead at half. More coverage when we come back. We'll update the score ticker. Also check in with Rick Reams. He's down in the sidelines with Ryan Lemon. We'll have that for you in just a few moments. This is Week 6 on Glycod.com, and we'll be right back.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
14-10 Douglas trailing Cathedral at halftime. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. I'd like to let you know that tonight's broadcast has been approved by Frederick Douglass High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. More coverage when we come back to the farm right after this on Glycod.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Take a look at some of your first half numbers as we welcome you back to the farm in Lexington. And really an even first half from a passing standpoint. Rick, only 1 yard separating these two teams.
Yeah, and with the way the game started, you would not have thought that was going to be the case because of the way that Cathedral came out and was just able to throw the ball down the field. But I tell you what, Stroutman has done a really good job of putting the ball out there and letting his receivers run underneath it, catch it, get some jump balls. A great job there by Douglas at the end of the second quarter.
Rushing stats pretty even, and you look, no turnovers, but two big special teams plays, perhaps the difference in this game.
Yeah, you know, with Cathedral being able to block the field goal and punt, and then also with Cathedral missing a field goal there, really special teams, I think, is going to be where this game turns out. 14-10 right now with Cathedral with the lead. Douglas gets the ball back, but again, special teams playing a big part in this game.
Yeah, Fighting Irish not only with the punt block from McCormick, but then Lockhart blocks the field goal. So Douglas, two miscues in special teams.
Yeah, and you know, it turned around. Actually, the good thing for Douglas is one cost him 7 points, but the other one didn't cost him anything. And that's one thing that you have to look at if you're Douglas from that standpoint. Looks like on that last field goal, they fixed the blocking problem that let Lockhart come in untouched. So right now, if you're Douglas, I think if you're both teams, you feel pretty good. You're not real confident with where you are. But if Douglas putting 10 points on the board, you have to feel better. And probably about 7 or 8 minutes of the second quarter is when they did that.
14-10, halftime score. Cathedral on top of the Douglas Broncos. More coverage right after this on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Ow! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Halftime in Lexington. Let's check in with Rick Reams. He's with Ryan Lemon.
Gentlemen, give it up for the FDHS Marching Band.
Kentucky Sports Radio. Ryan, first of all, I want to tell you on behalf of me and my family and Glycod, we're so sorry about the fire. Glad everything's going well. Thanks. Hope your dogs are doing well tonight if they're still there. So we'll go from there. But let's talk first of all a little bit about this game. About with this Douglas team. Came out last week, weren't able to score against Corbin. First quarter and a half, no score tonight. What are you seeing tonight with this team?
Take the Tates Creek game out of the equation. So we're talking about the team up in Ohio. We've got Corbin, and then the game tonight. This is the best of Douglas offense.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Princess Tunks into the podium as the FDHS Band performs a staple from the 1990s with Radiohead's
but they pushed back and put 10 points on the board. So we're seeing a little fire from the offense that's been missing in these tough level games.
Yeah, and we talked in the pregame about getting Avion Chenal in the game. It looks like that was a factor tonight. Yeah, he's such an athlete. We call basketball unbelievable player. Give me a little bit of thoughts on him.
Yeah, you got to get him the ball. He's the guy, the jump ball you throw in the end zone, let him go get it. Darion Talbert, he's our little scat back. Get him in open space. So we knew going in that was going to be our two passing big weapons, and they haven't been able to utilize it yet. We got a new quarterback. He had this young Jackson Stroutman, season starts, gets thrown into the starting role. So he's now kind of looks like settling in, making the right throws, making the right reads when he has to.
Let me ask you one other question. Coach McPeak, in our pregame interview, he told us, he said, I've tried to tell these parents that this season, this schedule is tough. Did you parents buy into that, or was that coach speak at the time?
Well, I've been around a long time.
Yeah.
So I knew going down to Corbin was going to be really hard. I knew this Indianapolis Cathedral team was one of the best in the country, and I knew that team we played up in Akron at the Hall of Fame Bowl was good. So I thought to myself, this is a team that could still make a run at a state championship. They may lose 3 or 4 games in the regular season. Only got 9. Couldn't even find a 10th game. We only got 9 games this year. So I think most of the parents probably didn't buy into it, but I knew there were some tough teams on that schedule.
Let's talk about you personally. You go from being a sports broadcaster to being a parent. How has that transition gone?
Dude, I love it. I love it. I spent many, many years on the sideline down here. Now I sit up here in the top row, right below you guys in the press box. Well, I can't say anything. My kid got hurt, Josiah, right before the season started. So he just got his cast
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the...
And we are back live here. Apologies. Good idea at the time, but just too much background noise. Ryan Lemon, and a longtime Douglas fan.
Yeah, just a great guy. Talked about his son, just got his cast off today. He said in 2 weeks he's going to be sitting up here, Chris. He doesn't want anyone talking to him. But he talked about this Douglas team. He talked about he knew the fact that this season, this schedule is going to be hard, like Coach McPeak said. But some of the parents didn't buy into it. But he also talked just about the fact of just the tradition of Douglas, that Douglas could come out. They could lose 2 or 3 games in the regular season and still go for that state title in the 6A. So he hasn't lost faith yet. He talked about being a dad, and I appreciate Ryan giving his time. And hopefully next time we do some interviews, we'll have the sound system figured out a little bit better. I don't know why they have to have bands and stuff at halftime, Chris. They just need to let us talk.
Well, lots of music, your pregame as well. So lots to get used to, but a great setting, a great environment for Frederick Douglass High School football tonight, week 6 on Glycod.com. Rick, let's revisit a couple keys to this game as the second half continues. You talked about the athleticism factor. How do you feel like Cathedral has responded to the Douglas athletes?
I think Cathedral has matching athletes, but I do think you saw some of Douglas come out towards the end of that second quarter with Avion, Chenault, different people out there. But I think, mano y mano, I think Cathedral has some of the athletes, and I think they did a good job. Some of their players ended up playing that we didn't think were playing, so really didn't have to have a lot of people step up. Douglas on the offensive lines had to have a couple step up that I think have done pretty well. And it looks like Douglas has definitely bought in. I think there was probably some head shaking, some head scratching where they couldn't score, but they got the ball in the end zone. And then that was the other thing we talked about. Was this going to be a hiccup from last week, or is it a trend? And right now you have to say it looks like a hiccup from last week because they're able to put points on the board.
Broncos with 10 straight points to close the first half. They will have the football to start this third quarter.
Yeah, and a big, again, it's 14-10, so you hate to say it like this, but this is a big drive for Douglas.
Sure is. Jackson Stroutman, 1 touchdown pass in the first half. Stroutman, 10 of 18 for 138. O'Neal, 10 of 14 for 139. And a squib, a high kick. That's a live football and captured by Cathedral.
I tell you what, the Douglas's kick team did a great job there. Called a fair catch. That's exactly what they were supposed to do, but Clinkscale tried to get that ball and just couldn't hold on, and what a huge way for Cathedral to start the second half.
And Bill Peebles with a trick up his sleeve, poker face at the turn, and brings it out here to start this second half.
I'm not sure if that's Bill Peebles or, as you said, pregame, is Lou Holtz over there. So, but I tell you what, just a big play there because, again, Douglas did a great job. You call the fair catch, get everyone out of your way. That way they can't touch you, but Clinkscale didn't see that, and he tried to reach up and get that ball, and it was a fumble.
So the first turnover of this game, and Cathedral will have it at the Douglas 38-yard line.
And if I'm Cathedral right here, I go for a big play.
Trips to the near side. Slaughter in the slot, and O'Neal.
Oh, that's the big play, but I didn't
there
expect
goes
that
Danny
one.
O'Neal in for a touchdown of some 38 yards.
Yeah, Chris, I think probably with the trips out to the left side, as you talked about, I think Douglas was kind of like me, thinking it was going to be a long pass, faked the handoff, went the opposite way, and really went untouched all the way down the sideline. And Shaw, that speed here, watch him right here, kicks it in another gear and is able to get to the end zone.
O'Neal in for 6, and just a great answer to this Douglas momentum.
And if you've watched Colorado play, that's what their quarterbacks do. That's what Deion's son is able to do, either pass or run, and that time just a great run there.
Krisaloff on for the point after. And Cathedral plus 11. Danny O'Neal in 38-yard touchdown run, and we're back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
You know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Cathedral plus 11. And another onside kick. That one may not have traveled the full 10 yards as there's a flag issued.
No, I tell you what, a smart play there by Cathedral, though, because, Chris, I mean, you wouldn't think two different kinds of specialty kicks there right off the bat, but that one did not travel the 10 yards.
So the Broncos will have the football, and I keep thinking that for O'Neal to be dinged up in practice this week, he looked pretty strong on that long gallop.
Chris, I think there's maybe some gamesmanship there. But I'm going to tell you, I fell hook, line, and sinker. I don't even have O'Neal's stats with me, Chris. I just took it that he wasn't going to play. But, a big penalty there, because what that is, that's 5 yards. They're going to have to kick it again from the 35-yard line. But, yeah, O'Neal did not look like he was dinged up to me.
Great rush by a very talented player. And now Cathedral will boom it again from their 35.
Think they got another onside kick in them, Chris?
I think they do. They may not try it at this juncture, but I promise you they do.
If you're Douglas, you better be ready.
And Van Krisseloff this time will elect to pound it deep, and it's going to hook out of bounds.
So you're going to get another penalty, so Douglas is going to get good field position to start with. We talked about what an important drive the first drive would have been for Douglas when they were not able to get that pooch kick. So now this drive is going to be another huge drive for Douglas to try to get back on the scoreboard.
Can't underscore enough how important special teams is factored in this game.
Douglas is going to make them kick it again, Chris. They're not going to take the ball at the 35 or 40-yard line. They're going to go back 5 more yards and make them kick it again.
Trying to set up a very solid return.
And we know they have the athletes that can make the returns. I think this is a smart play. Make them kick it again. See if you can't get even further down the field.
Talbert and Lowe back. This time they're inching up to their 25-yard line. We've had a lot of activity in some 13 seconds in this half. And Van Krisseloff will keep it in the center of play. It's brought down by Talbert. And Talbert out around the 30.
Yeah, that one is a really good kick there by Van Krisseloff to get it all the way down the field there, and not as big a return as Douglas was hoping.
Jackson Stroutman, a very solid first half, as we told you, and he'll go back to work with this Douglas offensive line that I think for the most part played pretty well in the first half.
Yeah, and Chris, I tell you what, it's very interesting the way Coach McPeak coaches these games. He's on the far side over there all by himself and just kind of keeping an eye on things.
First down and 10 first play from scrimmage for the Broncos in this second half. Yeah, Stroutman going to flip it out in the flat, trying to set something up, and Talbert loose with that football, but he's going to lose several yards.
I tell you what, Kyle Braun out there did a great job. He didn't go for any fakes, was able to just slow Talbot and then make the tackle and wait for all his players to come.
It's going to be a loss all the way back to the 21-yard line as Talbot loses 7.
Yeah, not the way you want right now if you're Douglas going backwards.
Yeah, the Broncos have not always been in the most favorable of field positions in this game tonight. Second down and long. 2 receivers to the inside as Stroutman heaves it to the far boundary, and that's brought down one hopped to Graham Dunn.
Actually, they said that was a catch, but it was only for about 2 or 3 yards there. Threw it a long way across the field. I think that's one thing you're going to have to get Stroutman to do is understand you need to throw that ball further down the field as opposed to those all the way across.
Up to the 21, so maybe about 3rd down and 15. To the right of Stroutman is the running back, Talbert. And Stroutman back to throw. He's looking for Dunn, and Dunn with a catch, and he's close to a first down.
Great job there. He was able to get that first down. Nice throw, nice catch. I tell you what, they're getting a lot of work out of the tight end tonight. That was a good play there by Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn with his 3rd catch, and this one for 20. Up to the 41-yard line and a big first down.
One of the big linemen for Cathedral is down on the sidelines. Down in the middle of the field.
Got an injured Fighting Irish student-athlete. Take a quick break. Be right back.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Jose Smith, the injured Cathedral student athlete, he was aided off under his own power. So first down and 10 for the Broncos after the Graham Dunn 20-yard reception. Tate Allen up to the 45. Excuse me, the 45.
Still trying to get those right up the middle going and just not having much success right now.
Gain of about 2. Get the sense Allen's still trying to find his way in this backfield.
You know what I was thinking, Chris? It seems like he's spinning his wheels, but he's not going anywhere. It seems like you said, it seems like he's just trying to find his way, but it seems like it's taking him a long time to get where he's going.
You've got Pharaoh Watson, I think perhaps entrenched himself now at the number 1 spot. Dakari Talbert also getting some run in the backfield. As the Broncos have second down and 8. And a nice catch. Coming back to catch and get that ball is Chenault, squirming for a first down.
Again, he almost did a block out there. He was able to get the man behind him, was able to get that ball and then make a big run afterwards.
Maybe on Chenault been a big factor in this game.
Yeah, Ryan and I talked about what a great athlete, and we talked about it in pregame, and I tell you what, he's really been the difference maker.
Up to the 40-yard line. Little screen pass out in the flat. Up to the 38-yard line. That's speedster Dakari Talbert.
Yep, trying to get him the ball out there and a little bit of opening. And got a little bit of yards, but, that's one of those plays later on in the game. You can fake that and throw that back across the field somewhere and have a wide open receiver. So plays like that are really thoughtful ones for later on.
This Cathedral defense just so well schooled, always seem to be in position. From the 39, it's second down and long. It's done in motion. And Stroutman. Oh my.
Yeah.
Interception back inside the 5-yard line. They're going to mark this at about the 2, but it's picked off by Tommy Lehman.
I want you to look out here, Chris. Stroutman, the defensive lineman, was cramping up again. Stroutman just threw an interception, and what's he doing? He's out there stretching the defensive lineman's leg. So I tell you what, very, very impressed with that young man. Could have been hanging his head and just walked off to the sideline, but tried to help out. But, Chris, you have to say on that, at least that's like a long punt. That's one thing you can look at. It's going to have Cathedral starting way outside.
So the first interception of the game for Stroutman. The Broncos with 2 miscues, 2 turnovers in the second half to start. Of course, they fumbled the onside kick to start the third quarter. And there you see the previous screen pass.
Yeah, they're going to try to get Smith off the field. He's just cramping up, and that's one of those things, Chris, you think you got it cleared up, and now they got him off the side. So be interesting to see what Cathedral does here, if they're going to kind of run it up the middle and see what they can do, if they're going to take a big shot.
It's be marked at about the 2. Trips to the near side and
false start
some
on
laundry.
Cathedral. Yeah. You're going to go half the distance back. It's one of those you don't have to walk very far. If you're a referee, you're not getting your steps on your Fitbit or whatever you have now on that one. Maybe I'm showing my age with a Fitbit. Maybe people don't use Fitbits, but something. You're not getting many steps.
That is outstanding camera work by our crew. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 1.
Yeah.
Well, it actually should be about first down and 11.
Yes.
So if you had that on your bingo card tonight.
Oh,
and we got a safety. Bonds met in the end zone.
Huge play there by Douglas. I tell you what, that long interception now turns into points for Douglas. A great job there by Douglas.
Looked like Darian Neal just bulldozed his way through.
Yeah, the linemen they just got such a push on that play. No chance for him to get out of the end zone. A lot of times the referees will try to give you forward progress out of the end zone, but that one he never came close to getting out of the end zone.
We've had a little bit of everything in this game.
So if you had a 1st and 11 or if you had a safety on your bingo card, you're well on your way to bingo, that's for sure. And now you're going to have a free kick. So
we've had a punt block, we've had a field goal block, 2 onside kicks, a safety,
we had
field goal.
We had one kickoff happen 3 times.
And we're still midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, we still have a ways to go.
So Darian Neal unofficially credited with that safety as the Broncos trying to inch their way back in this game. Well, and now the free kick, so you would have to think the Broncos would get pretty good field position.
That would be your thought, and that's kind of the I think that's the thinking on when they made the original rule was if you get a safety, then you should be able, the other team should have to kick on the 20-yard line again to give you a better chance, and that's what Douglas is going to have now.
Lowe and Talbert again, the Bronco return men. And the free kick. Talbert runs under it. Oh my, sneaking right at midfield.
Yeah, good field position for Douglas. A little extracurriculars, and now they're coming out. If you're Douglas, though, that one has to be on Cathedral unless you do something right here. You just got to walk away from it. Take an extra 15 yards.
Yeah, this is a big penalty here. We'll see how this crew elects to rule this play. Joe Ammerman, the white hat tonight. And it will be against the Broncos, rather against the Fighting Irish.
Yes. Huge penalty there. Like I say, Douglas, the smartest thing you can do on that play is get the penalty on them, run off to the side so you don't get an offsetting penalty there. But, boy, that brings the ball down all the way to the 38-yard line.
And a new formation to the near side. Yeah, Stroutman watching Dunn go in motion to the near side. Watts ticketed with the handoff. And the legs churn for a nice pickup.
Yeah, great job. He almost went down, was able to get his hand down and get his balance and get about 5 more yards there. Good job by Watts.
He's got very good vision.
He does.
And the Broncos hastily back to the huddle. As Watts repositioned to the left-hand side. Well, back he goes. Talbert with the catch and a first down, and Talbert coasting down. Touchdown. Or is it out inside the 1?
Oh, boy, very close. He knew it was going to be close. He tried to dive in there. But I tell you what, that was the great play to get that flanker screen. If you're going to do that to Talbert because he's got such speed and such a burst, as you're going to see on the replay, Chris. Once he gets this ball, he gets one move outside, and then, boy, he is tough to stop.
Very close to the goal line. They'll mark him inside the 1, and it's first down and goal.
And that's one of those plays I can't argue. It looked like he was in, but there was an official standing right there. So, first and goal for Douglas.
Pharaoh Watts, generally the goal line back, and he's back out this time for the Broncos as they'll go jumbo. And under center is Stroutman.
Busen with the ball.
Yeah, Busen toting and in. Logan Busen, his first touchdown rush of the year.
As you said, they went big. They had really, really big backs back there and was able to give the ball to Busen, who now will be holding on the extra point. So you're going to do a little bit of everything.
Take a look at Busen's plunge.
Douglas again is short a player.
Is it two penalties out there?
No, that's Ramia. I don't know if it's his hands. Those are his gloves. I don't know why he throws those down, but he's done that every time. I guess when he's receiving, he wears those. Is what he's doing.
So Busen not only will score the touchdown, he'll be the holder. And Ranvier reducing the deficit to 2. It's a great one tonight on the farm. 21-19, and we're back in just a moment.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Logan Busen in from 1 yard out. Ranvier tacks on the point after. We got a 2-point game. High kick. Touchback.
Tell you what, this game has been, as we said, a little bit of everything, but 21-19 with 6:34 left in the third quarter. What a game. I think both of these coaches, Chris, are probably getting out of this game what they wanted. You know, you're coming in from Indianapolis, coming down here to play this game, but you're finding out who your team is.
These two teams will play again next season up in Indianapolis. First ever matchup in this series. And O'Neal leaves it with Jalen Bonds. And Bonds swallowed for a little gain.
Good job there by the front line of Douglas to be able to kind of hold that back.
Cooper Ranvier on for the point after. He has been critical in special teams, but Avion Chenault, perhaps the most distinguished player tonight thus far for Douglas.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's been the difference maker, and that's what they needed.
O'Neal surveying his options, hoping for help, and he's got a convoy and a first down.
Boy, I tell you what, he turned about 7 different ways back there and was able finally to break it outside and get right at the stick for the first down.
There were comparisons to Tate's Creek's Andrew Witherington from Coach McPeak earlier, and you see some similarities.
Yeah, you can. Like you say, a little better arm and probably a little bit faster, but boy, very shifty in the backfield, hard to bring down, and he's not afraid to tuck that ball and run.
So first down pickup for Cathedral, and a quick pass breakup. That's E.J. Clinkscale again.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass there. That ball was almost a little bit too far outside, but a good job there by Clinkscale.
Clinkscale already with a sack in this game. Had a beat on that one.
Yeah, he was right there and was able to break that up.
Second down and 10 looming. And Bonds, a tough run and a big chunk on second down.
Yeah, he does. That first hit's not going to bring him down. You got to just stay at him because he keeps those legs churning. But now a huge third down here.
It's Bronco defense trying to get off the field. And Cathedral, third down and medium as we near the 5-minute mark in this third quarter. Out in the flat, and a misfire on a wide open Devon Slaughter.
Yeah, I tell you what, he was out there, but again, Clinkscale kind of closed, but that pass was a little bit off in front of him. So a big stop there for Douglas to get a three. Well, not a 3 and out, but get a punt.
Perhaps the lone misfire thus far from O'Neal.
Yeah.
I think he'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, I think that time he rushed it a little bit. Looked like his feet were still moving and wasn't able to quite get set when he threw that ball.
4th down and 4. Van Krisseloff on to punt. And a stoppage.
Interesting stop time. Not sure what they're calling here. Too many players on the field for Douglas.
Well, I was looking for a flag out there, and
had to come from a back judge,
still
but I never saw it. Yeah.
So a Douglas penalty, and that's going to result in a first down.
Yeah, they had two almost disastrous extra points, not having enough people, and that time on the punt recovery, they had too many players on the field.
There's Bonds barreling through tacklers. And Bonds for about 5 yards across the 45 to the 47.
So you're going to have to ask your defense again to come back up with another stop to try to get that ball back. But, boy, just a huge mistake there by Douglas to have the 12th player on the field.
That's one of those penalties, only 5 yards, but perhaps could really be a huge one as this evening unfolds.
Yeah, and we know this Cathedral team's a quick hit.
Slaughter in motion. Bonds with the call. Bonds slicing through for a first down.
Yeah, got a good hole there, was able to cut it. And then he's another one that does a great job after getting hit. Just keep on churning, as we talked about in the first half, and does a great job falling forward for those first downs and more.
This is a very well-balanced offense for Cathedral.
It really is.
So much talent on the outside, but Bonds a reliable inside runner. And, of course, O'Neal, the architect at the quarterback position. And Cathedral first down at 10.
Good play there. Just was able to toss that ball up to the big tight end. Was able to make a kind of a one-handed catch there.
Up across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Meek's a little slow getting up. You hate to see that. Such a talent there, but took a big kind of an undercut hit. It wasn't dirty at all. Just hit him in the legs, and he's having trouble getting up there. We can't really see because we're blocked right now, but the player tried to pull him up and could not get him to come up off the ground there.
He's second down and about 4. Meeks in the first half.
There, they got him up.
3 grabs for 48 yards.
I think he's cramping also, the way he's pointing that toe.
And left tackle Evan Triggs a little ginger as well there, number 55.
Yes. It's interesting, Chris. It's a warm night, but it's not a hot night. I'm a little surprised about the number of cramping we're seeing, and it's pretty much all the Cathedral players right now that are having trouble with cramps. Of course, they're coming down south, so, we're
fair point.
We are southern to them, so.
From the 40, and there's a flag.
Let's see what we have now. See if we have turnabout's fair play. Looks like they're counting the Cathedral players right now.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
11, 12, sometimes it's.
Come on, guys. He's second down and 5 from the Bronco 40. Bonds fumbles that football, and Darian Neal scoops it up.
A big hit there, right on the arm. Was able to get it. Neal right, Johnny on the spot, was able to get that ball back.
Neal with a big play earlier on the safety, and this one a key takeaway.
Yeah. coming over here, trying to fire the crowd up down below us. He's all the way on the track. Great play there. Big hit, was able to get that ball out.
And 3 turnovers in this quarter.
For it to be such a clean game in the first half, all of a sudden again, our bingo. If you had 3 turnovers in the third quarter, you're well on your way once again.
Fascinating performance tonight by both these teams. So much drama. We still have well over 3 minutes in this third quarter. First down and 10 Douglas. Broncos have never led in this game. Three receivers to the top of your screen. And Stroutman's going to flip it across the middle in the soft spot up to the 42.
Yeah, Dunn again. I tell you what, they're using him a whole lot right there. And that, as you said, the soft spot. There's a little seam right there where he's just finding that opening. Good play there to get second and very manageable.
Mark this up to the 42 with forward progress. So gain of about 5 yards. Second down coming up. Been a total team effort for both these teams tonight as handoff issued to Tay Allen. And Allen, a big first down up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that time he was able to get ahead of steam going and was able to get a really good run there.
But you look, Rick, from Douglas' standpoint, Chenault has been huge. Graham Dunn, Darian Talbert in the passing game, and Cathedral spreading the ball around as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we talked about in the pregame, do these teams have athletes? And boy, they do. They're showing it tonight.
Dunn in motion to the meat of the field. Yes, the Broncos trying to capture the lead. They've not had the lead this evening. Stroutman, high pass intended for Talbert.
Yeah, had a lot of pressure coming and tried to throw it over the lineman, but then that ended up being an incomplete pass. Chris, I could be mistaken, but I don't think I'm seeing Chenault out there, and I haven't seen him in a couple series. I'm trying to look on the sideline to find him, and I can't find him there either unless he's behind the beef jerky.
Well, you've got Ranvier and Talbert at the top of your screen. On second down and long, Graham Dunn to the bottom of your screen along with Terry Kaysen. So he's certainly not out there on this play. Inside squirm to Tay up to the 41-yard line. Now Pharaoh Watts comes in.
Oh, actually, right there he is. He is on the sideline. He's about at the 48-yard line, but at this point, doesn't look like he's going to come back in right now.
We throw down along. At the Cathedral 42. Might have an open playbook here. As Dunn in motion with Stroutman. And he's going to heave it for a very astute incompletion.
Yeah, very smart play there. He was running one way, trying to throw across his body. That's sometimes a disaster waiting to happen. So I think he did a really good job, as you said, just kind of short arming that, getting the incomplete, and go out there and punt it away.
Stroutman facing backside pressure. That was Kaysen that could not hold that block on the edge. And Ranvier going to try to play the field position game as Cathedral's Jackson Lockhart back at the 9, awaiting the punt from Ranvier. Third punt of the evening, and this one is very high. Lockhart calls for a fair catch. It bounces inside the 5 and scooped up at the 2.
Well, we saw what happened last time when the Cathedral had the ball all the way down here. They got a false start penalty and then a safety. So great job there by Douglas covering that punt.
Ranvier, his second beautiful punt, pinning the Fighting Irish back.
That one was sky high, and I tell you what, Cathedral got very lucky. That almost took a sideways bounce and hit one of their players, which would have been a live ball.
Let's see what this Bronco front can do here. You're going to have a hard time picking the player of the game tonight for both these teams.
I tell you what, you're exactly right.
Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player coming up at the conclusion. One student athlete from both these teams. First and 10, O'Neal. Working on clink scale and a hanky. 2 hankies.
Yeah, that time just way too many hands out there. Some of Douglas's players want an offensive pass interference. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, a lot of those plays could be, but I'm thinking this time 9.9 times out of 10 they're going to call defensive pass interference.
That ball was underthrown as well. I'm not sure if that's a factor. Will be whistled against the Broncos.
So have a Douglas player down across the field.
Looks like Terrian Hicks over there on that far sideline. He's okay. As the Broncos huddle on the near side.
I think that's, yeah. Slowly walking across. I don't know if it's another cramp or what you have.
So that penalty will get Cathedral out from inside their own 5 anyway. They'll have it now at the 12. Trips to the top. And O'Neal on a boot. Bonds the grab. Close to a first down.
Yeah, good play there. Faked that and was able, as you said, on the bootleg, went outside and made a nice throw.
Very impressed with Jalen Bonds tonight. He's showing you both his running ability inside here, catching something out of the backfield.
That's what I was going to say. He's a strong contender for the player of the game just from the way he's been playing.
It will be a first down, and O'Neal gobbled up for a sack.
Good play there by Douglas's defense. They didn't go for the fake and were able this time not to give up the big run, but two Douglas defenders back in the backfield just waiting.
See if we can get another glance at that Bronco defensive player on the sack. Loss of 5 yards. So we near the completion of this third quarter.
Looks like Cathedral's going to take it to the 4th.
Lots to decide in the final 12 minutes in Lexington. Cathedral hanging on. They lead Douglas 21-19. Be right back after this. This is Glycod.com's presentation of Central Kentucky High School football. We'll be right back.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Fourth quarter underway here. Second down and 15 for Cathedral. From their 20 is O'Neal pressured. Sacked again.
Great job. Just a whole slew of defense back there for Douglas. But really good job there to get back to O'Neal, who we know is shifty. Hard to get. Looked like maybe Marcus Newcomb came up with the big hit at the end there.
Third down And a long way they need to get does Cathedral up to the 33-yard line after consecutive sacks by this Bronco front. O'Neal facing pressure around the edge. He's going to look for Johnson. Blanket coverage out there. Oh, come on, man. And there is a flag.
Coach McPeak is saying you have an official standing right here. Plus, that ball was uncatchable. It was all the way out of bounds.
Let's take another look.
Ooh, that's a tough call.
So it will not be an automatic first down because it's not pass interference. It's only holding.
Yeah.
But still, it will be a mark off up now to the 23-yard line.
So a 3rd and 10.
Third down and 10.
Auburn Johnson, their big 6'6" target, not really been a focal point tonight thus far for Cathedral as O'Neal faces pressure. And that ball misfired and incomplete. Tried to find Slaughter.
Yeah, Slaughter looks like that's the one he likes to go to. And big play there by Douglas. I'll tell you what, although I don't agree with the call, it was a big call that they called holding, like you said, instead of pass interference.
There you see the misfire from O'Neal. And the Broncos should get pretty decent field position here as Krisaloff on to punt for Cathedral. Hovering kick. Caught. Across now to the 45-yard line as Avion Chenault into plus territory for Frederick Douglass.
He's back in on that one, so let's see if he stays here on offense.
1st and 10, Broncos.
Chris, you talked about the fact that Douglas has not had the lead in this game, and boy, you would love to take this field position, go down and get the lead with less and less time left in the 4th. Chenault is going to break way outside wide, so I would keep an eye on him.
Darian Talbert in the near side slot. Stroutman in the gun. Ranvier gets his feet in bounds and a great catch.
Oh, great catch. That was a catch in the NFL. Got 2 feet down. Very impressive play. Because I'm not sure there's going to be a better kicker, punter, receiver combination in the state of Kentucky.
Well, Ranvier, I think, is becoming the possession receiver that this Bronco team so badly needs.
And an all-state soccer player. So you add all that together.
Broncos go hurry up. We don't want to miss a play here as we bring you back to 2nd down and 5. Under 11 minutes remaining, Cathedral has led throughout. They scored on their first drive of the game. They once led by 14. Dumped across and dropped by Talbert.
Well, that was a big play there. He had the first down, maybe a little bit further to run, but you got to forget that. You got to have amnesia. Go back if you're the quarterback, see if you can get him the ball back because he's a big receiver for you.
And Stroutman been very efficient as he put that one right on the mitts.
Yeah. You couldn't have asked for a better pass there.
Third down and 5. 3 receivers to the top. And a nice shoestring tackle. That will negate a big, lengthy gain for Watts.
Yeah, I tell you what, if he could have gotten through that. Jose Smith, we talked about him with a lot of cramping and stuff, but boy, he came back there and made a big play. And Chris, I was just getting ready to say, I think you almost have to go for it here.
Line of scrimmage at the Cathedral 40 on 4th down and 4.
You also may want to try to see if you can draw him offside, get a quick penalty.
Handoff Watts needing 4, and Watts powering, needing that yardage.
Boy, this is going to be a total spot. I mean, it is right on the line. It's whether that left foot or right foot, they're just, it's always amazing to me. They took the ball all the way to the far edge to spot that ball.
There will be a measurement here. Let's see if we can get another very quick look at the Watts run. Is Farrow needed 4, and
it looks
bring
like
you back live here.
Just from here, that looks like it might be a little short. Yeah.
Will be short. So a turnover on downs. A few inches short is Farrow Watts.
Now you ask your defense to come back out and do their job again. Try to get your offense the ball back.
You like the play call, and Watts, perhaps the Broncos' best rusher between the tackles, just couldn't get enough.
No, he couldn't. And like we said, the play right before them where he got tripped up, he was going to have the first down and more there, but just couldn't get out there. So now again, if you're Douglas, you don't want to kind of rest here for just a second, because we know this Cathedral team, they can strike quickly.
So many big plays in this game, and you get the sense there are more to come in the final 10-plus minutes.
Yes.
2 receivers, 1 top, 1 bottom. Bonds racing around, and he's gobbled up.
I'll tell you what, this Douglas defense, as you said, Chris, that's kind of what they've been hanging their hat on, and Coach McPeak talked about it, but boy, you can see that there. Just a great play for actually a loss of 1 yard.
Marciano Jenkins credited with a stop. Just 2nd down and 10. O'Neal floating it for Slaughter.
Boy, yeah.
And that is a wise and good call.
Yeah, that one that should be a holding also. He had a hold of his jersey there, but really a smart play by Douglas, and that is going to be the call, because that was going to be a big play.
Yeah, Slaughter with the advantage moving down the field, and a big penalty against the Broncos.
Oh, that one they did call pass interference.
From the Douglas 49-yard line. Slaughter in motion. Here's O'Neal on the bootleg, and O'Neal tucking it and out for a few. Darian Neal got a little bit of a borderline tackle there, but no penalty.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Usually with that, with the quarterback, they will protect those quarterbacks and usually call that one. But let's go ahead. O'Neal, let's give him credit. He just popped back up and gets back to the line.
Gain of 5. O'Neal out in space. He's got tight end Keith Long, and there's a first, and Long upended at the 30-yard line. And a pickup of 13.
Yeah, really big drive here for Cathedral. Got the big stop on 4th down, and now they're moving it down the field.
Bonds. He's been a 3-down back tonight. He's rarely exited the field. He's going to pick up 3.
Yeah, he's... You know, we talked a little bit about him with the two-headed line at running back, and he's had to take that over. But 45 carries for 303 yards on the year, only 2 catches for 25 yards on the year. But, boy, tonight he's been a big cog in this offense.
Colin Ayers should have or could have played a little bit, and there's a big gain again for a gain across the 15-yard line, and Bonds continues to deliver.
I tell you what, they're just putting the ball in the hands on his big shoulders and just letting him go. And right now, this is, I tell you, if you're Douglas's defense, you got to try to get a stop here. Try to hold them to a field goal in 1-possession game.
Inside the red zone, Cathedral perched at the 13. Bonds again. Dragging tacklers to the 8.
That's the best description I've heard of him all night, dragging tacklers, because that's what he does. He just pulls people around with him. Clink scale is down. I'm not sure if he's cramping also, but got him down. Looks like just the way they go down like that. Use this. Looks like that's what it is. And let's hope that's all it is for that young man.
EJ aided up on his feet as this Bronco defense now staring at 2nd down and 5, backed up inside their 10. Take a look at next week's schedule coming up. 5 games on Glycott, including a pair in Central Kentucky. This crew will be in Versailles for South Oldham and Woodford. Also in Lexington next week, Tates Creek Dunbar, and that should be an outstanding matchup inside that district.
Yeah, that's the game those two teams have been waiting for. Face off against each other, see who's going to get the upper leg in that district race.
Also male, top 5 male playing Ron Colley, another Indiana power. And there is Bonds in for 6.
Boy, I tell you what, they again just put the ball in his hands, rode his back all the way down after a big 4th down stop, goes into the end zone to make this a 2-possession game.
A critical point after coming up to make it a 9-point game, but Bonds in for his 2nd touchdown plunge of the evening. And Van Krisseloff off of the hold from Ty Carroll. Some movement at the line.
That's the 2nd blocked field goal Douglas, or extra point Douglas has gotten, but neither one of them are going to count.
You know, they had about a 6-second head start, I believe, on that one.
Chris, I may have been able to get in there and block that if you give me that much of a head start. I don't know that I could, but at least I'd have a fighting chance. I tell you what, they changed the call again. This time they call it a false start. So
okay.
That's happened twice.
Well, there you are.
Happened twice for Cathedral.
So Van Krisseloff 5 yards back for another. Ty Carroll did a great job of getting that hold down.
And as you said, that was a huge extra point there to move it back 5 yards and still get it through.
9-point game, back in 30 on Glycod.com.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
A big touchdown rush for Jalen Bonds, and Cathedral answering the Broncos, now leading by 9.
And if you're Frederick Douglass, I tell you what, you better have your front line ready on these kicks. Who knows what Cathedral will do.
This one a little squirmish squeamer, and it's a live football and captured by Talbert at about the 25-yard line.
Smart play there by Talbert just to get down and get that ball, because as you said, that was a live football.
So a 9-point deficit, 3 timeouts left, 7:37 on the clock. And the Broncos needing 2 scores.
Yeah, so it's one of those, Chris, you don't have to rush, but you do need to kind of move fast.
Take a look at that Cathedral sideline. There's the Broncos. A very important offensive drive here. And Stroutman, I'm not sure what that was all about, but he's going to tuck it for a couple.
Yeah, he made a fake to no one, Chris, so I think it was a busted play there. Had a lot of blocking out in front of him, but just an interesting, I'm not sure exactly what happened on that play.
It was Oscar Kirch chasing him down from behind. Second down and about 8. As Dunn positions in motion. Very deliberate in the early sequence of this drive. Out in the flat, that's Talbert on the grab, and Talbert squirming. Looks like about a yard short of a first down.
Yeah, give him third and manageable, and that time Chenault's frustrated with himself. He missed a block out there. His job was to get the man that hit Talbert, but hey, Chris, they're going to give him a first down there.
Okay. So the Broncos do get a first down up to the 36.
I would have liked for them to have the spot on that last possession. But take it when you can get it.
Trips now to the far side as Stroutman dumps it in the soft spot again. That looks like Graham Dunn. Up to the 40.
Dunn's really done a good job tonight getting in that seam, just turning and getting that ball.
Mark this at the 40, so second down and 6 as we tiptoe under 6 minutes in this fourth quarter. Broncos with an off week next week, then district play will commence for 3 straight weeks. And Cathedral, their sectional play will begin very soon as well. Some of the crowd beneath us getting a little bit discontent.
Want them to move a little faster.
Stroutman, he's looking for Talbert and into double coverage, and it's going to leak out for an incompletion.
Boy, I tell you what, Talbert almost came down again with an unbelievable catch there. He just has a nose for the ball and is able to get there in between 2 defensive backs and almost makes his catch, Chris.
That was a great throw by Stroutman as well.
Yeah, threw it right where it needed to be. And another Cathedral player, this time down on one knee.
That will stop the clock at 5:19.
They're going to go ahead and incomplete pass. The clock won't start back, so. But again, I think Douglas needs to be a little bit more.
It's 4-down territory from their 40.
I think at this point, 2 possessions with 5:19, you don't know if or when you'll get the ball back. So absolutely, you have to try to. You don't have to get the first down here, but try to make it close.
And there's Dunn, the money man, and a first as Graham Dunn takes tacklers to the 41-yard line and a pickup of 15 yards.
Tell you what, I think we're seeing the creation of another offensive weapon here for Douglas. Dunn has had a huge game tonight.
Dunn filling in for the graduated Thomas Howard, a reliable and outstanding tight end for a number of years here at Douglas. And now it's first down and 10. As Stroutman back to throw, looking for Dunn, and Dunn could not hang on.
Boy, tough play there. He had him, a great throw, and Dunn's frustrated with himself, but just could not bring that ball in. And I will say he did have a defender right beside him kind of running at him, which made it a little bit tougher.
And Stroutman again delivering one right on the cusp.
Yeah, I think people don't talk about this enough. Ryan Lemon talked about the fact at halftime that Stroutman was not expected to be playing like he is now this much. Thrown into the lion's den, as it were.
And against a very strong competitive schedule, Ranvier comes back to catch that at the 36.
Again, you have third down, third and about 6 or 7, but still definitely in 4-down territory. Unless you can get close enough, get that field goal and get this game into a single possession game, which is exactly what you need to do.
Now they're at the 36. They badly need a conversion here as we near the 4-minute mark. Still 3 Bronco timeouts remaining. As Watts positioned to the right of Stroutman. And Stroutman on a slant, oh my, and a defenseless receiver maybe. It will be an incomplete pass for Chenault.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's one Stroutman. I tell you what, Chenault, you give him the credit. He went up for that ball, but boy, if you're the quarterback, you really don't want to put your receiver in that predicament.
Big 4th down looming as we take another glance at that misfire to Chenault.
Yeah, if I were Douglas, I think I'd call a timeout here just to kind of talk this one over, but they're going to go.
Fourth down and 6. Stroutman. Oh my. And a wide open terrain down that far sideline for Cathedral. It's picked off. And Max Finn takes it all the way inside the Bronco 45-yard line.
Yeah, he'd like to have that pass back. I don't know if it was a miscommunication or what happened, but he threw it to the wrong side. And as you said, no one was out there but Finn. He was able to get that and then just bring it all the way back down the field. And the stands are starting to empty because that was a huge play there with only 3:48 left in this game.
Broncos with 3 second-half turnovers, 2 interceptions, and then a fumble on an onside kick to start this third quarter. And it is now Cathedral with the upper hand as Bonds for a yard or 2, and the Broncos will call a quick timeout.
Yeah, they're forced to use their timeouts now, so they'll have 2 more left, but I'd be surprised if you see much more than just hand that ball off to Big Bonds and let him just hold on to that ball.
Coming up at the conclusion of this broadcast, we'll have the Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player. 1 representative from each team will be anointed our MOP tonight. We'll also update the ticker and keep you posted on some other stats in this game. So the Broncos still 2 timeouts remaining. As Cathedral will have it from their 38. O'Neal with a nice run. And now it's 3rd and short as the Broncos call their second timeout.
Yeah, right now it's what I would be surprised if you see Cathedral go back to pass the ball at all. You've got very good leadership in the backfield with O'Neal. Then you can hand that ball off to Bond, and I tell you what, it's tough for Douglas's defense right now.
You have your wallet and your keys and your tile cracker.
Broncos 2-2 coming in. They'll have a bye week next week, and then district play will commence here in just a couple of weeks. Take a look at the Broncos' upcoming schedule. Madison Central on the 6th, and a very interesting matchup at Bryan Station on Saturday the 14th.
Tell you what, that'll be one of the games of the year in the Lexington area.
3rd down and 2 coming up. And Bonds barreling for a 1st down.
Just a very impressive running back. Has size, has speed, has strength. This time right now, Douglas, if you didn't get that stop there, there's no need to call another timeout here.
Bond's only a junior, and you at the naked eye, this Cathedral team, so many parallels to Louisville St. X, Louisville Trinity, and Coach McPeak articulated that this morning.
Yeah, I mean, this is a power in Indiana, and you can see they come into Kentucky, and they're just as powerful here, no matter what Coach people tried to tell me, but they have the athletes to play this game.
So the Broncos can stop the clock one more time as several of the folks beneath us getting an early trek home. And Bonds back for a loss.
I think Cathedral's more than happy to have that. And again, Coach McPeak, he's come to the realization, no need to call that other timeout. 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Cathedral, they're not going to try to score. This game just going to wait for the clock to run out.
We'll talk more about this in the postgame. I think this game really swung on that onside kick to start the second half.
Douglas had all the momentum in the world, and then all of a sudden and then you go flat because of that. And then not only do you lose that onside kick, but then right off the bat, O'Neal takes it, 38, 39 yards for the touchdown.
A low snap. And O'Neal going to burn some more time.
Again, smart play. Two things. Keep the clock moving, but also don't take any big hits after being dinged up and not practicing this week. Or maybe I should say not practicing this week. We'll go with that. But very impressive. Be interesting to see how he does out in Colorado, Chris. It's a different offense out there, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares out there.
1:25 remaining in this fourth quarter. Breeze starting to pick up. A few long sleeves now beneath us is Bonds. Look for a couple.
There's the last time out, which McPeak got it to what's going to be a fourth down. Make Cathedral make a decision here.
You heard Coach McPeak talk earlier in the pregame that in the state of Kentucky, it's all about the district play. So you've got a 3-game season here coming up, starting in 2 weeks, and that really will lay the foundation for a playoff push.
And exactly, I've said this all year. These games they matter, but they don't matter, because what you're doing is you're trying to get the district win to get a good seed, and then all the teams in Kentucky are going to go to the state, so you play for that. And that's what Douglas has to keep selling themselves on. They're going to have 3 losses, but Ryan and I talked about it at halftime. They're still going to be one of the better teams in the state of Kentucky.
Take a look at Cathedral's remaining schedule. Only a 9-game regular season in Indiana. Take on Cincinnati LaSalle next week. Then Roncalli, they'll wrap it up against Juggernaut Center Grove, leading into their postseason run. O'Neal, they're going to go for it. Why not on 4th and long? They're going to flip it to the tight end Meeks. And Meeks denied.
Change of possession with 1:03. Douglas will get the ball back.
So 1 timeout, but a 2-score game with just over a minute to play.
At the 25-yard line.
So with Douglas, be kind of interesting to see the kind of the play calls they have here. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a 9-point play.
Broncos -2 tonight on turnovers. They do have a fumble recovery, but then 3 giveaways on the offensive end. And Ranvier out in the flat. Still on his feet is Cooper. And how about that for your kicker?
Again, really, really impressed with the way he plays the game.
Takes it out to the 45-yard line for a forced fake first down.
I think he's no longer just a kicker. He's a great athlete that also kicks.
I tell you what, that's just, as I said, I joked earlier, but I really don't think there's any other kickers in the state of Kentucky like him. I tell you what, you can tell he wants the ball in his hands. He wants to be out there, and he is out there on pretty much every play.
Gain up to the 45-yard line. That, however, will burn about 15 seconds, leaving us with 49 6/10. Trying to set up a screen, and Ranvier pummeled.
Pass complete to Ranvier. Loss of a couple, second down and 12.
And we just have one more play here.
30 seconds remaining.
Disappointing night for the Broncos. Just couldn't get over the hump.
They got it to 21-19, and we thought that, they could get there. But as you said, that first kickoff of the second half was the difference maker.
And the Broncos appear content to head into the bye week at 2-3 as Ranvier will catch up to the 45-yard line. So one more play for Frederick Douglass.
Got 5 seconds left.
They're going to mark him short.
Third and short. 5 seconds remaining.
Graham Dunn in motion. It might be a lateral, and it's caught by Watts. And that's going to wrap this one up. Final score, Cathedral over Frederick Douglass, 28-19, as we'll get a glimpse of the handshakes at midfield. Coach McPeak, Coach Peebles. As Cathedral, a 9-point win over Frederick Douglass tonight in Lexington. We'll tell you more about it right after this on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
Final score tonight in Lexington. Cathedral defeats Frederick Douglass 28-19. Broncos fall to 2-3 on the season. Cathedral improves to 4-2. And this game did have a little bit of everything, but you got the sense that Cathedral may be just a little bit better tonight.
Yeah, I think this Cathedral team came down and kind of proved the point that's why they have now, 750 wins or whatever in the history of the school. But I tell you what, very impressive team. A lot of talent on this team. Really came down here, played very smart game from very beginning. Took the first possession right down the field. Douglas got it close, but this team tonight, as you said, I think Cathedral was just the better team.
They set the tone early with that Devon Slaughter, 57-yard touchdown reception on, I think, about the third play from scrimmage. And since then, Douglas, they did have their plays, but you got the sense that they're just always playing from behind.
Yeah. They could not get over the hump. And as you talked about and we talked about, they got it to 21-19, 14-10. They had their opportunities. They just couldn't do it. And then, boy, we've talked about it a lot, but the biggest play of the game was the second half kickoff where Coach Peoples decided to do a little pooch kick. Clinkscale couldn't hold on to it, fumbled that ball, and then, boy, they took it in right off that. Cathedral scored, and pretty much the game was over after that, Chris.
Yeah, Danny O'Neill on that big run. And then for the Broncos, Stroutman, a key interception, although I think he played very well tonight.
He did. He had two kind of mistakes that he made, and one, like you said, a very key, and then the one at the end of the game, it hurt him, but the game was really out of hand by then. But, yeah, that one interception just threw it into coverage. But if you look at it, the other thing was, though, Cathedral got the ball on the 2-yard line after that interception, had a penalty, and then got a safety, so it didn't hurt him as much. But, yeah, I think you're right. But Stroutman, a really good game.
Take a look at your final numbers presented by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters. Rushing yards, Cathedral with the upper hand, but Jackson Stroutman, a career-high 274-yard passing.
Yeah, I tell you what, they had to go to that because we talked about it. They just couldn't really get anything going on the ground, so they had to go to let Jackson kind of air that out, and he hit a number of receivers out there, and we see the receiving core of Douglas getting a lot of receptions tonight.
Go through some of these individual numbers as you take a look at both the penalties and turnovers. So the Broncos -2 on turnovers, and then Cathedral also with 2 huge special teams blocks.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I don't know if they're known for that. We're not really that familiar with them, but to have a special team, to have a block punt and a block field goal in the same game, I tell you what, very, very impressive by Cathedral special teams.
We will update the stats. Also, a couple of new scores coming in. We'll take care of those as well. More coverage ahead, including our most outstanding player presented by Elite Building Products. That and much, much more when we come back after this on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Last season, Glycod streamed over 160 games. As our presence grows throughout Kentucky and Southern Indiana, we have a need for production, sales, and social media support. If you've ever wanted to pursue a career in the fast-paced world of broadcasting but didn't know how, these opportunities could be for you. For more information, please contact info@glycod.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back live at the farm in Lexington. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. It's been a pleasure to have you here tonight as we take a look at some of these final numbers presented again by Traditional Bank. Who you bank with matters. We talked about the final stats. Now let's look at the scoring summary. And boy, there's a lot to get to. It all started with Slaughter, not Webster Slaughter, the ex-Cleveland Brown, had to get him in, but Devon Slaughter, and a very high-end reception to get this game going.
Yeah, exactly, and not Sergeant Slaughter, the wrestler, but yeah, I tell you what, just was able to break free, and there was no one within 10 yards of him. A nice sidearm pass to get it to him from O'Neal, and just kind of set the trend.
Jalen Bonds, his first of 2 rushing scores, 1 from 3, the second from 8. We'll talk more about him in a moment. Avion Chenault on a 4th down conversion, a 31-yard touchdown reception. Cooper Ranvier, 34-yard field goal. And then for the second half, Cathedral, Danny O'Neal, 38-yard touchdown rush. And, of course, that happens after the onside kick. And you had to think that's something they thought was going to happen as this game unfolded.
I mean, I tell you what, just a great call by Coach Peebles and his special teams, first of all, to get that onside kick, the pooch kick, to get that, and then just put your ball in the hands of one of your best players. And then I tell you what, everyone went one way, and then all of a sudden O'Neal breaks the other way for that long touchdown score and pretty much took the wind out of the sails of Douglas.
Darian Neal, fumble recovery, also a safety as he got Douglas on the board again, and then Logan Busen, 1-yard touchdown rush, and Cathedral scored late in this game. Jalen Bonds, 8-yard touchdown rush. There you see your final scoring summary in this game. Now for our most outstanding players, presented by Elite Building Products. You can visit them at eliteky.com for the most information on new home construction, including windows and doors. And for Cathedral, going to go with Jalen Bonds.
Yeah, Jalen Bonds, 24 rushes, 113 yards, 2 TDs, just had a great game. Very impressed. 1 reception for 11 yards. But, Chris, he just kept on going. He was the Energizer Bunny. They kept on giving him the ball. And I talked about how the way he was able to spin and fall forward. Just, I tell you what, I'm excited to see what this junior does next year as a senior, and actually the rest of this year.
No doubt. Cooper Ranvier, 7 receptions, 80 yards, but just does it in all phases.
He did, and he was there. You know, it's not just he's a kicker. He's not just a punter. But as you said, he was there in all phases. He was able to catch the ball. And I'm just so impressed with the athlete that he is, and I think he's well deserving of the player of the game.
A couple of other players I think we should mention for Cathedral. Zach Meeks, 5 catches, 61 yards. Charlie McCormick, again, a big punt block.
Yes.
And then Jackson Lockhart, 8 tackles, including a field goal block.
Yeah, I tell you what, just their players, you know, big players make big plays, and that's what you saw from Cathedral tonight.
And for the Broncos, Graham Dunn, 6 grabs for 60 yards. Pharaoh Watts, 10 for 27. Jackson Stroutman, 26 of 42, and 2 interceptions with a touchdown, 274 yards. And then Avion Chenault, 3 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown. So hopefully this will be a positive factor for him moving forward.
Yeah, get him going forward. As you said, they have an off week next week, so they're going to get a little bit of time to heal and you know, reset and get ready for district play in 2 weeks, and Chenault has to be part of that plan.
Take a look at the schedule for Week 7. When we come back, we'll wrap things up in just a moment on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
For more than 35 years, online and through our branch office locations, Ruoff Mortgage has helped people discover, finance, and move into their homes with confidence. From the moment you send in an application to the day you get the keys, Ruoff keeps things moving exceptionally fast. By sharing knowledge and professional guidance, Ruoff Mortgage helps people see the potential and excitement in the homeownership experience. Visit one of our convenient branch locations or get started online at ruoff.com.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back to Lexington for the final time. Cathedral with a win over Frederick Douglass, 28-19. Take a look at next week's action. Week 7 on Glycod. A pair of Central Kentucky matchups, including Tates Creek versus Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Also South Oldham and Woodford County. Then 3 Indiana teams will meet with Roncalli and Mail, Milan, and undefeated 1A Providence. And then Pleasure Ridge Park at Meade County. And then for Douglas, off and then get ready for Madison Central.
Yeah, you got to kind of lick your wounds. You've got 3 losses, but it is what it is. And now you got to sell them on the fact that district is what matters, and that's what you're starting. So take a week off, kind of like I say, lick your wounds, come back, get ready to practice, get ready to play, and get Madison Central and go out there and see if you can't turn this season around.
A huge thank you to our great crew tonight. Steve Bird has been our executive producer. Shidro Kardastani, our on-site producer, with Joe O'Melian on camera. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris Labar. So long from Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington, and thanks for watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Meijer. Higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank. Because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor and Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcast, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.